Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It surrounds us. It binds the galaxy together. You will be tempted by the dark side.
You were the chosen one!
You must confront Vader.
That boy is our last hope.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
There is no escape.
Welcome to the 45th, I would say, anniversary celebration of arguably a lot of people's list of best Star Wars movie of all time, The Empire Strikes Back. Yes, you heard it, The Empire Strikes Back. It turns 45. Go figure. Time flies when you're having fun in a galaxy far, far away. I'm your host, Ryan of Van Dyke Quote Channel, and I'm not alone in journeying back to the year that was 1980 AD. More specifically. Please welcome the president and CEO of the Empire Strikes Back fan club, also known as the Dutch Star Wars guy on YouTube. But you should check out his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of fabulous content on there, including building Lego sets and graphic design and video editing, etc., etc., etc. Case, Mr. President, how you doing?
Hello. I am very excited to watch what is officially my favorite movie of all time. The best, the favorite, whatever you will. It is. I'm excited.
You're excited. Okay, that's wonderful. That's a fantastic feeling to have during one of these celebrations that we've been on so many different panels or episodes of Movie Watchalong for, isn't it, Case? Also joining us is the two members of the family of page turners. They were not. You know what, Case? I always felt something odd about this experience of us doing Movie Watchalong these last years. I always feel like we're being watched. Hello, Chris, Fat Engel. How you doing, man?
Hello there.
I am having a good time with my friends, my evil, dark friends. But look at the smiles on their face because we're watching Empire.
Yeah, and you got plushies all over in your collection for days.
I do,
So
I
it
do.
makes sense. All your fabulous fur baby friends there are to join us as well. It's a Fluffy. I want one. No. Also, the Wampa's there too. Can't forget about the Wampa in the cave. Also joining us, you can rip limbs off that thing, I heard. Also joining us is the mystical one known as exactly just Carrie. Oh my God, they killed Wampa. Anyway. Brennan, the mystical one, is here. Hello, Brennan. Welcome in, sir. How are you?
Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We're very happy to have you here, Brennan. Happy to have you here, Chris. Happy to have you here, and happy to have you who may be watching or listening to this right now. For those of you who are new here at Movie Watchalong, more specifically, this is how it works. In a moment, we're going to be starting the movie. We're going to be watching the movie on our own separate devices. We can't show it here on the Titantron / screen because it's called copyright, folks. Look it up. But you're more than welcome to watch the movie along with us from the comfort of your own home on physical media or a streaming service. We are going to be watching The Empire Strikes Back special edition that's being presented on Disney+. Hashtag not a sponsor of this program, just saying. But we have it started at the 00 mark. If you have any questions, you have any thoughts, any feelings about this movie or anything that takes place within the Star Wars galaxy far, far away, or maybe some of the other things that take place outside of the Star Wars galaxy far, far away, let us know in those comments. Let us know in the chat. And if you're watching us live, we're on Memorex /replay. It's Flashback Friday. I'm allowed to say Memorex. Welcome. Hello there. And thanks for being with us. With those pieces of very important, I should say, business out of the way, let's go back to the year that was 1980 and call it The Empire Strikes Back, celebrating 45 years in 3, 2, 1, hit play. Here we go. And you gotta
I love the 20th Century Fox That is, to me, classic Star Wars.
Absolutely, it is.
Because I mean, I'm a fan of most of the new movies, but yeah, not having the Fox
I
in
like
there
the
is-
change of the Lucasfilm logo over time. I do.
True.
Yay.
Got to thank John Williams again for a great score.
Oh, yes.
And also that he was able to make it so different from the first movie.
I feel like we should just do a sing along really quick. Da, 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 da.
In 1980, this would have been
We're not on the same wavelength there.
This would have been the first film with an episode number on it.
This should have been like in Alec
Yeah.
Guinness's voice. It is a dark time for the
Now,
that would have been nice.
The funny thing is, this is the first movie that I actually watched, and I had no idea what the hell I was in for. This is the first Star Wars movie that I had watched. But you know, the troll catches you up to speed. It gives you an idea what you're in for.
It gives you the exposition really well.
You know, you're the expert. What is the time? What is the time difference between New Hope and Empire?
3 years.
3
Yeah,
years.
3 years. Yeah.
Just like in release years when it came to theaters.
In terms of canon, there have been a whole bunch of comics released that take place in between there to fill in the gaps. So yeah, there's plenty of material if you want to read. There's nothing though in terms of visual media like TV shows or films.
Yeah, that's true.
Read? You're telling an English teacher to read? How dare you?
It's comics. It has pictures.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh, that ship is so beautiful.
The Star Destroyer.
It really is. It's menacing. It's evil. The angular, because I think they did more detail with the second one than they did with the first.
Oh, probably. Like you can see it throughout. You can see essentially the technological progress throughout all of the movies. The way
and they had 3 times the budget. So
true.
But I'm so glad that this movie released in 1980 before the start of CGI, so that pretty much everything you see is practical.
Yeah, I agree.
Look, I like the prequels to a certain degree, but the CGI is dated at times, and I'm happy that you don't have that in this.
Yeah, the audio of the probes is really cool.
Whoa. Can't help but think of Family Guy whenever I hear that.
Yeah, I know.
And here we get some of Phil Tippett's go motion.
Look at that stop motion. That was beautiful stop motion right there.
And it's honestly just watching the behind the scenes stuff on this movie with the stop motion is the amount of time that they had to do the Wampas, do the AT-ATs later. It's insane.
And also creating an in-universe explanation for Mark Hamill's face was actually a really smart move. He was in a serious auto accident that scarred him, and they tried to figure out, all right, what are we going to do? And so this whole setup partly is to explain why his face looks different.
Let's hit him with a Wampa. There you go. What's the matter? You smell something?
Here, let me give you a hand.
And there it goes.
Oh, this was one of the things too with the special edition I like was the added Wampa stuff.
Well, that's the thing. When we were discussing which version of the movie we should watch, I was like, let's just go for the Disney Plus version because Empire is the least altered one. Well, with the other movies that Ryan did for the Watchalong, he did the specialized edition.
I grew up
with this one's fine.
I grew up with the original trilogy VHSs, which are worth a lot of money today.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
And you don't see a lot of the Wampa, not clearly.
No.
This is something.
It's like awkward close-ups.
Yeah.
There he is.
You know, that's another thing. I'm so amazed how multilingual the people in this galaxy are.
Well, everyone just understands Shriwook
They-
for some
Wookiee,
reason.
Apparently, yeah.
Hubert.
Yeah, a lot of people speak droid.
General Lincoln.
No, he's checking out a meeting.
So Han's been hanging out for 3 years.
Yes.
Without officially
And
joining
now the
Lincoln,
Java
yeah.
thing is an
Huh.
issue, like it was 3 years ago.
Well, look, apparently, a family member of mine just chimed in. He says, "I agreed. I love the extras, like the extra stuff they added. I believe it's what you're referring to, Kev. The special editions, like some of the things they added to it. Is that what you mean? Or are you talking about something else? I'm sorry. I'm trying to get
Every
some clarification
time
on the context.
The general's rank insignia with the 5 red dots.
Yeah. What is the 5 red dots? That means he's a
I
general,
can't help
right?
but look at it and think, are you advertising Purina secretly?
Purina.
Angel, you have
Yeah,
that from
but
Family
Purina,
Guy
yeah.
as well.
Is
Is
it
that the
Family Guy?
Purina logo?
I thought you would decide to stay. Well, the bounty hunter we ran on Ord Mantell. See, I want to see that story. Where's that story about Ord Mantell? I want to see that.
Where's Dash Rendar? I want Dash Rendar.
Well, there's that too.
I don't know what you're
What
talking about.
Union? Yes, but what about Union?
Probably don't.
I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
precisely am I
Probably
supposed to know? Come on.
You want me to stay?
Is the way you feel
That's the
about
way
me.
you feel
You're
about
great
it.
help to us.
You're
You're a
great
natural
help to us.
leader.
You're a natural
No,
leader. No.
That's not it. Come on. Come on. I like how the whole base knows what's going on.
Like
Am I?
everybody's just
Why
like,
are you following me?
whatever.
I just
I can
assumed this
arrange
was-
that.
I guess everyone's
Use
used
a
to
good
this by
kid.
now. I don't know.
See, everybody in the base saw that argument, and I'm just like, you're not supposed to air your dirty laundry in public, Han, but you don't care.
Maybe they're just used to it. I don't know.
I think they are because the base is so enclosed, right? It's a what do you call it? Claustrophobic area, maybe. Case
Yeah.
is that it?
And
don't
I
know.
hate the cold, so I would hate this base.
I hate the which,
Yeah,
by the way, anytime it snows in our neck of the woods, we always pop up the meme where Luke's on the Tauntaun and it says, "Hey, I'm going to the grocery store. Anybody need anything?
Yeah.
Anybody need anything? I'm on the Tauntaun."
What do you mean? Nobody.
Deck officer, deck officer. There's a
Oh,
deck
by the
officer
way-
on this thing.
Later in the movie, we'll see John Ratzenberger.
Yeah. Pixar legend.
Yeah, it's Major Bren Derlin.
Yeah, but I miss Norm.
But I do think showing a planet like this makes it indicates how desperate the rebellion is at this point. That you go to
Yeah.
a planet that is so damn cold that it's difficult to even live there.
Yeah.
But yeah, over the past 3 years, the rebellion has been pushed to the brink.
Henson Studios was so on their game with the puppet work.
Everybody was. Everybody was. Your Tauntaun's going to freeze, sir, before it reaches the first marker.
Then I'll see you in hell. Yeah.
You're in hell.
Oh, and everyone who has an issue with modern day Star Wars using certain terms like hell or weird ass curses, he used hell in the second movie. What are you complaining
And
about?
in the original film.
Yeah.
So yeah, because like people were complaining about the fact that Andor uses shit, and I'm like, why does it matter?
Like in Star Wars, they would say that. I mean,
Yeah.
All right, this I haven't figured out.
Oh, good.
How did that Wampa do that? He's got him hanging up there. I'm like, how did he do that? That was a clever Wampa.
This is like suspension of disbelief, quite literally, by the way.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I don't really
yeah.
want to know. I
I
just
get
sit
the
there
joke.
going,
I get
how
it.
did he do that?
Sorry.
He just did.
By the way, if it seems I'm focused on what we're doing here, folks, here at Anti-Code Channel with Empire Strikes Back. It's just we got some nasty weather headed our way, so I'm keeping an eye on things on my
Oh boy.
separate devices. But we're okay. We're fine. The worst of it seems to be in a different direction. That's not where I
Is
am
this like-
specifically.
It's just
But for
like
those-
our
We're
imitates life.
fine here.
Yeah,
How
but
are
what I'm
you?
saying is, for those of you who are struggling with this weather, please be safe during all counts.
Yeah.
And Luke has been captured by a Wampa, and he's trying to get himself out of it.
Use the force, Luke.
You know
I
what's
like
coming.
this. That
Let's
there,
go. Wait.
there doesn't need to
That
be any
Wampa looked.
explanation.
He looked like he was having a good time munching on that that bone, whatever that was. Was that chicken bone? I don't know what that
I
was.
like that this scene doesn't require any exposition. It just makes sense.
No. Let me see. Nick Minerva says that was such an epic line in Andor. Which line are you referring to, Nick?
Shit, literally.
Oh, they say it in
Yeah,
and
it's in
Linus
the third
said it.
episode
Of
when
which season?
Sergeant
Yeah,
Moss is
Linus. Yeah, he's like, he says it.
they're trying to look for Andor and they have no idea where he's coming from. So he's like, "Shit, we're surrounded."
Is this season 2 or season 1?
Season 1.
Oh, season 1. Okay, I haven't seen
just
it in a while.
rewrote
so
it.
I missed
Actually,
that.
shit has been used several times in the show, but I assume he refers to the first time it was used.
Oh, okay.
I'm curious, with the weather the way it
there's
is
one.
in this, would you have run or would you have just like killed the Wampa and then like
Would have buried myself.
meat and all of that?
Okay, now it's saying that.
Oh, Chris, I thought they smelled bad
On
on the outside.
I know, seriously. By the way, Nick Minerva runs a great Instagram account at Read Star Wars With Me. So if you really like to read Star Wars books or just experience Star Wars in different
Thank
ways, check him out on Instagram. And by the way, Nick, I'm wearing your shirt tonight, brother. I am your teacher. Look at that. That is a ridiculously good-looking shirt that I think every single Star Wars fan should have. Or if you work in the educational system, you should have this shirt. I think you really should, including Chris over here, who does work in education more so than I do. I mean, I work in a small part of it, but yeah, Chris is the expert at this when it comes to that. But check out Read Star Wars With Me on Instagram. Check out the t-shirt shop he's got there. He's got lots of great designs, including this one. Just wanted to give you a quick plug there, Nick.
I believe this was filmed in Norway.
Was it Norway?
Yeah, it was Norway.
Norway.
No way.
Now, was it filmed in Oslo, Norway, or somewhere?
There was
much
a
more up
glacier
north.
in
Much
more
more
up
to
north,
the Arctic
thank you.
Circle, essentially.
Oh,
filmed on a glacier.
glacier? Wow.
Way
They
too
really
cold to me.
Yeah, remember when movies went to a location to film? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
I was just watching Andor, and they're filming in the Scottish Highlands.
Oh yeah, that's what I appreciate about Andor as well. That they built sets and they went to
Is that Cliff?
locations.
Is that Cliff Clavin right there?
There's Cliff.
Wow.
That's Ratzenberger, right?
That's Cliff Clavin from Cheers. Yeah, that's the mailman.
George Wendt.
By the way, Nick says,
Hey there, Princess Buddy.
Awesome. Haha, agreed on the t-shirt. And then he also says, thanks for the plug. You're welcome, Nick. We love you, brother. Hope everything's well in your neck of the woods. Archie says the chances of survival are 725 to 1. The shield doors must be closed.
I like that zoom in on that.
Actually, R2 has been known to make mistakes from time to time. Dear, oh dear. What time is this? Jeez, I am getting warnings all over my phone. But the good news is it's all in areas that are not me. So thank goodness for that. I'm just pointing that out. I mean, I wish all of you well, and I want you to be safe during this time because some of my friends live in those areas. But still, yeah, certain areas got a certain thing going on until 7:45, and I'm just like, whoa, okay.
At some point, you have to hear or read the Star Wars trilogy done as if William Shakespeare wrote it.
Yes.
Oh, the Shakespeare iteration.
It's amazing. And the audiobook is done like an audio play.
Oh.
Really well done.
You'll go to the Dagobah system.
I mean, I had a hard time reading Shakespeare when I was in school. I don't know if I want to read 3 books of it in Star Wars language.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. Because you know Star Wars, reading through this becomes easier because you're like, okay, I know what's happening here, and you get a bigger sense of Shakespeare's language.
It's an easier entryway, essentially.
Is it on sale right now on Barnes & Noble, Chris?
I don't know. I bought all 9 of them when they all came out.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you...
let's see here. Solo or Rogue One, or I'm like, come on, give me those to me.
Oh. And then Nick says they are fantastic and hilarious. Are you talking about the Shakespeare books that Chris just referenced? Or are you talking about something else?
Probably.
Oh, they're great. They are, in fact, when they talk about who shot first, one of the best lines in the entire thing.
This Tauntaun Artax.
Really? I understood that reference. Oh, Nick is referring to the Shakespeare iterations of Star Wars. He says they are fantastic as well as hilarious. All right, Nick. I trust you, man. You've read a lot of Star Wars books in your time, so hang on, kid. I'm gonna get the shelter. I'm gonna get the shelter up in a minute here. I thought they smell bad. They smell bad, kid. But it'll keep you warm until I can get the shelter up.
I thought they smell bad on the outside.
They make sleeping bags of the Tauntaun.
Which, by the way, for anyone who's seen the movie The Revenant,
Mm-hmm.
the exact same thing happens.
Yes.
Ooh, dude, really?
It's way more
Oh,
gruesome, but the exact same
no.
thing
Yeah,
happens.
the Leo did it like for real. I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah,
He
it's
had
pretty
to have that
nasty.
Oscar at all costs.
That's just sad. Yeah. All I see when I think of the Revenant, all I see is just a rugged Leo DiCaprio looking dead in the
All right.
camera. That's all I see.
This is one of my all-time favorite pieces of Star Wars music.
Yes.
It's so
It's
underrated.
really-
Yeah.
Come on, Case. You know
But
this.
because I played this level in Shadows of the
Oh,
Empire.
Oh, yeah.
Shadows of the
So
Empire, man.
I-
Shadows of the Empire is a solid game, man, for sure.
Yeah, it's a
Look,
good
there's-
one. It's
I've
a
got
good
something.
Okay, yeah, this.
Not much, but it could be a
Also,
list.
this was my first ever Lego Star Wars set, the Snowspeeder.
Oh,
Oh, the Snow
nice.
Speeder was.
Yeah, the 1999
Woo!
dark or like gray Snowspeeder, which is not
This is Rogue
accurate
2.
because it should be white, but
I
they
had-
made it gray.
You and I have talked about this. I had the first X-Wing.
Oh, the first X-Wing.
yeah.
Yeah. So
What-
wait a minute. If Rogue One's the first movie, does this mean Empire is the second movie in Rogue One's trilogy? So this is Rogue 2? Because he just called himself Rogue 2. So see what I did there?
No, Ryan.
did
Look,
there.
the
Actually, I would love
trilogy
Rogue
of
2.
the Death Star prequels is Andor Season 1, Andor Season 2, and Rogue One.
Oh, okay.
That's your trilogy. Right
Also,
there.
Oh,
And
good
it's-
okay.
episodes of
Great
Star Wars
trilogy.
Rebels in there.
Is this? I'm not sure if this is a statement or more so of a question. L. Robert Wilson says, "Old school Star Wars or some of the newer stuff they're doing in Star Wars." I mean, if we're talking trilogy wise, I'm going old school and go with the OG trilogy. That's what I'm
I
going
mean,
with.
you can't really get better than the original trilogy. I mean, honestly.
Look, okay, controversial opinion is that I thought the sequel trilogy was going quite well up until The Rise of Skywalker, and I'm like, okay, sorry, original trilogy wins.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was close.
they're strong enough to peel the ears off of Gundark. Thanks to you. That's
But
two.
Rogue One is really a good entry.
Oh, here comes one of my favorite scenes. This may be
Yeah.
my favorite scene, if not one of. This
Oh,
definitely.
here
one
we
of them.
go.
Very good. You gotta have me out of your sight.
It's a good story.
Illusions,
I just don't think you can barely let a gorgeous guy like me out of your sight.
Laugh it
Barry
up,
Fisher.
soul.
Where
I
you
know,
get
where
your
you get your
delusions, laser
delusions,
brain. Wrap it up, fuzzball.
I'm slightly ahead now.
See us alone in the South Passage.
South
Express
Pass.
true feelings for me. Isn't that right? Now you stuck up.
Half-witted.
Scruffy looking nerve herder.
herder.
Who's scruffy looking?
I
God,
just
so
no
good.
wonder I didn't insult him enough.
Didn't
It
Carrie
wasn't
Fisher-
until I played the RTS Star Wars game that I learned what a nerf actually was.
Okay, here comes a moment that's gonna live in infamy.
Okay, to be fair,
They didn't know each other.
in fairness, at the time that this moment was made,
They didn't
the
know.
decision had not been made
That's
yet to make
true.
them brother and sister.
That's
For
true.
me, this is fine
Yeah, it's fine.
because, first of all, they have no idea about each other.
Mm-mm,
Second of all,
mm-mm.
Leia is doing it to make Han jealous.
Listen,
It's-
That's
listen.
true.
They're just from the south of the galaxy.
They're like,
South of the galaxy.
like Leia is from Alderaan. It's like the Mississippi of the galaxy.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Case. I was
it's
wondering
like
where
it's
you were going to
Alderaan.
as.
Alderaan. I just made a planet.
What is it?
Alderaan.
Alderaan? Is that
Alderaan.
what it is?
Yeah.
Am I reading this right?
But by the way, the Mississippi of the galaxy is also a joke from the Family Guy.
Oh, is it Family Guy?
Yes.
There are so many Family Guy
The
jokes.
Imperial
about
Coast.
this.
Yeah.
Something very weak coming through.
It's an
The thing is, the idea in this movie was that they would create a love triangle between Han, Luke, and Leia.
Right.
However, they decided to go against that in the next movie and
Mhm.
make Luke and Leia brother and sister,
They switched
It's
it.
which makes this moment here weird.
We
Because
yeah.
George Lucas had this idea that in the third film we would meet Luke's sister.
Mm-hmm.
It was going to be on her own journey on the other side of the galaxy.
Oh my gosh! Now we got a really interesting question from the chat. So
But
L. Robert
then they
Wilson chimes
decided
in.
to
Oh, go
make
ahead,
it-
Brennan.
Leia.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to interrupt your thoughts there,
Oh, sorry.
Brennan.
Go ahead.
What else was going on? I just want to make sure
the
I didn't
idea
interrupt.
that
Who
instead
wins?
to simplify
Qui-Gon
it, they
Jinn
just made it
versus
Leia.
Anakin Skywalker from Episode 3.
Wow. They're really trying to stir the pot here. I would say Qui-Gon,
Qui-Gon.
100%.
But then again, Maul did beat him.
Also,
Qui-Gon,
I don't
though.
care who you are. This is the best Star Wars theme ever.
Oh, the Imperial March.
The Imperial March.
The Imperial March.
Because
yeah.
literally every person and their grandmother knows this theme.
Mm-hmm.
And their dog.
Oh my gosh.
It's insane how good this is.
Actually, my
all I'm
4-year-old
picturing
niece
is
and nephew know this.
Okay.
is John Williams directing this. Which
Yeah.
he knows it by heart now, and it's fun.
My 4-year-old niece
Wow.
and nephew like to sing this.
Did you know that they would stop takes if his helmet was not shiny? I did not know
Really?
this. They were like, nope, scuffed up, and they would have to polish it and then do the take. No one was allowed to touch the helmet because it
Hey,
left
it's
prints and
MMT.
scuffed it.
Yay!
We have thousands of pro droids. I want proof, not deletes.
And that's
And,
quite a mustache.
No, the Canteen song. It's such a groove. I mean, I like the Cantina song too.
Oh, the Cantina song is great.
I like the Cantina song. I don't mind that at all.
That's it. The rebels are there.
There. My lord. There's somebody unchopped.
You ever think too, like he's got a really bad day, and he's just got the Cantina band hiding there, and he's like,
Maybe.
you know what I want to hear. We have some
Yeah.
new stuff. You know what I want to
Can we
hear.
just play it again? Maybe.
Does
anyone else
play
wanna-
that
wanna-
same song over
Hey,
again?
it's
Yeah.
Grandmaster Tyson.
Also, we had General Veers
Is that
played
Pycelle?
by
General V.
Julian Glover,
Julian Glover.
Julian.
Julian Glover.
who is Donovan in Last
Yep.
Crusade.
Which we discussed. I believe that
Hey,
was
is
last year.
is
We
that
had
the costume? Is that the guy
yeah.
talking about?
Indiana Jones.
Julian
Was
Glover.
that
We
Mr.
love you, man.
Pycelle?
It is Pycelle in
Yeah,
Game of
Pycelle.
Thrones, yeah.
Pycelle.
Hi.
And more niche, Aragog in Harry Potter.
Whoa.
Walter Donovan from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah. Your contributions to the museum have been extremely generous. Some of the pieces in here are pretty impressive. I have a passion for antiquities. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you joining us on what the Bantha fodder is going on, this is the 45th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. We are 22 minutes into this movie, so if you want to keep your copy on physical media or streaming service, watch it along with us. Please do so at this very moment. Comment below in the chat. If you're joining us live or what is known as a replay, hello there and welcome. Thanks for being with us. Don't forget to like and share this with all of your closest friends. Boy, the chat room is on fire tonight. Let's see here.
Robert asked.
No,
us
the Cantina
about-
song is such a groove, and then he goes on to say, "What's your opinion on Spaceballs?" I think it's the funniest. I think he meant to say movie in the world. You say?
It's
So,
pretty funny.
if you want to hear about Spaceballs, check
It's
out
funny.
our podcast, Random Trek, where we do a movie every month. And last year, we did Spaceballs.
We did.
That was fun too. Yeah.
No, sorry, I did
Shameless
not see you playing with your action figures.
I personally think it's a great parody of Star Wars.
It is.
I don't necessarily think it's the funniest movie,
No.
but it has some good laughs.
Have you ever
really
seen
is.
Dolores, the Empire HR lady?
Yeah, I've seen her at Well, I've seen the footage
Oh,
from
yeah.
Comic Con.
Yeah, she went up to a guy dressed as Lord Helmet. She's like, "Sorry, I got to give you a violation for pretending to be Lord Vader."
Oh,
And it's
really?
just Dark Helmet, yeah.
Jeez.
By the way, I have a picture with a cosplayer cosplaying as Dark Helmet at Celebration 23.
Oh, that's great.
It's great.
He's as clumsy as
Clumsy,
he
he's
is.
stupid.
General, prepare
Let's
your
hope
troops
that
for this
that's
attack.
not Vader's death room. Let's hope that's just
It's
his
his
office.
office.
I think this is the movie where Vader's just pissed off the whole time, and he just shows
Yeah,
up
he
to
is.
the,
It's true. It's true.
This is interesting too. Like the powers of the Force are not limited to sight and up to this point, we really haven't seen that. This is the first time they're not in the same room, and yet he could still exude the power of the Force over him from a distance.
It's also
That's
unintentionally really funny. Just the fact that, he's having a serious conversation with Piet, and in the meantime, Ozzo's just joking.
Yeah, and the guy who played Ozzel, Michael Sheard, was in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. He played Hitler.
Vader versus Skywalker in Empire was more entertaining to me.
Ryan, can you pull up the latest comment?
Sorry. Like I said, I'm jumping in between a couple of different hoops
Yeah.
here because of what's going on in my area. But anyway, what's your opinion? Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker in Empire Strikes Back, or Darth Vader versus Skywalker in Return of the Jedi? Ooh, that's a great question. That is
I
a
think
great
Empire's is
question.
better.
I would go with Empire.
That is such a great question.
So I adore the fight in this movie, of course. I prefer the second fight because I think there's more emotion to it.
That's true.
He's,
That's true.
he's toying with him in this one, and I kind of like.
Yeah, like
the cat
I
and mouse.
feel in Jedi it's a more even fight between them.
Yeah.
The choreography is better. Let's be fair.
Yeah, and we have to give a shout out to Bob Anderson, the choreographer.
Man, I am.
So I personally prefer the Jedi one, but
Yeah.
the one in this movie is excellent as well.
Sorry.
Controversial opinion: both beat any fight in the prequels. I know they are choreographed better in the prequels. There's no emotion in the prequel fights versus these two.
Or at least not compared to this.
This is
Well, at least not until the Obi-Wan fight.
That one's better.
This is a great question. I mean, I love Empire because of the atmosphere of it, and just it's like this is the first. One of the first, right? Am I saying one of the first big like good versus bad guys in the saga of this trilogy? But for me personally, I'd probably go with Return of the Jedi just because John Williams' score is operatic.
Oh yeah,
there's ambiance to it, there's emotion to it, like Case was pointing out earlier, and it's just you feel like someone's gonna die, something really big is gonna go down, and whatever's gonna happen, it's gonna affect everybody in the galaxy, not just Luke or Vader, but it's gonna affect everybody. Right.
Yeah, that's a good
so
point.
that's why, for me, ever so slightly, ladies and gentlemen, I would put Return of the Jedi's lightsaber duel slightly ahead of Bespin, but it's nothing against Bespin. I think Bespin is great. I really do. But
It's
Return of the
very
Jedi just gives it a little bit more
atmospheric,
oomph,
the right
in my
word.
opinion. So my vote is Return of the Jedi.
It's good. Yeah, that's a good argument.
Yeah, I'm going with Return of the Jedi. Case. I'm just saying it's.
By the way, this entire sequence, I just have goosebumps the entire time.
It's great.
This is such a fucking good sequence. I'm sorry for swearing, but oh my god!
And it's models, but it looks 1,000% real. It doesn't look
there
fake at
is
all.
some great fun stuff though in the original cut when you watch.
Look at this.
You could tell that the blue screen tech. There are points where it's not as clear. So the lines you can actually see through the speeder. So as they're flying, you can actually see through the spots. They clean it up a lot.
We have to give the shout out to Phil Tippett. The visual effects here are just extraordinary.
Oh wow.
I don't think Dak can hang on.
No. Hey, Imperial Fleet, get ready to suck some Dak.
Jeez, come on, man.
Hey, I got an idea. Have any of you ever seen that old movie, The Empire Strikes Back?
Oh, yeah.
The really old movie with robots? You know how they wrap their things around the legs? Yeah, when what's his name? When Parker mentions that in Civil War, I'm just like, okay. Clearly this movie knows what it is, but it also knows how to incorporate Spidey's humor into it while you're watching it. So well done to was it who were the directors? I forget.
How do they Case?
Civil War.
How do they drop the AT-ATs on the planet?
I guess we have like a landing.
Isn't there a ship that carries
by the
them?
way, play the game Empire at War.
Oh, is there a game called Empire?
Yeah, it's very good.
In the game Empire at War, you literally it's a real-time strategy game. So you drag and drop troops to land on the planet, and you see that essentially the AT-ATs and all the walkers are carried by certain shuttles, and those shuttles come out of the.
Shout out to
now, of course, the game is not canon officially.
So kind of like the Republic clone transports that we saw that would drop the tank.
And there's our buddy Wedge.
Let me see here. Wow, man, L. Robert Wilson's not messing around here in the chat room.
Oh boy.
Clone Wars or Mandalorian? Which television series overall was better?
Clone Wars.
I think the Clone Wars.
I'm the outlier. I'm gonna say Mandalorian's better than
Clone Wars has some episodes that are not good.
You know what, Robert? Tartakovsky's Clone Wars.
Oh, there was
for me personally, Robert Wilson. I'm going with Mandalorian. That has my
actually, if you're talking about consistency, I'd say Mandalorian.
the thing is that I personally feel the Clone Wars had more higher highs and lower lows than the
Yeah, I
Mandalorian.
would agree.
But the Clone Wars stuck the landing.
Oh,
So
okay.
therefore, I will give it to the Clone Wars because say what you will about how good the Mandalorian is, season 3 is and I felt the end was a little anticlimactic.
With them
Oh,
just chilling on the
those are
porch.
fighting words.
But they're also
Those are
getting
fighting
more
words.
time, more episodes to do stuff. It's a little different.
Oh, that's the thing. Like with
That's
the Clone
true.
Wars, there I can skip entire arcs at times because I feel they're useless to the overall story.
Let me see.
You know, is it just me or do the snowtroopers look like KKK?
The ATST looks a bit wonky in this movie.
Yeah,
we
that's
only
true.
see it
I
for
would
like one
agree there.
shot.
Man,
That's something that Jedi did much better with the ATSTs.
quick side note, and this is irrelevant to Star Wars, but I just want to take the time to say thank you to all the kind folks out there who have been updating us on what's been going on with the situation with the weather. I'm getting
Yeah.
constant updates on my phone while I'm doing my show, which I know is not always an easy thing to do as a podcaster, but at the same time, thank you to the weather people who are keeping us updated, because I'm telling you, these updates are very well detailed, very well thought out, and appreciate it. I'm looking at one particular piece of note right now, and it says, I don't think it's gonna be here, but we're just gonna keep our eyes on it. But we should be fine, though. Like I said, all this stuff is in different areas that not equal to me.
Robert, it's a no-brainer. Anakin Obi-Wan Episode 3.
Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan.
So much better.
Anakin versus Obi-Wan.
Because let's face it,
Yeah.
the Vader Obi-Wan fight in Episode 4 sucks. We all know it. We know why they do what they do, but when you compare it to every other fight that's ever been done, it's not good.
They were trying to figure it out. That's really
L. Robert Wilson is asking the question. Was Darth Vader versus Kenobi in Episode 4? Oh, you mean Episode 4 as a New Hope, or Anakin versus Episode 3 Revenge of the... Okay. Once again, I'm the outlier, and I'm going to say New Hope I enjoyed more so than
Now, I did also
Episode
love
3.
the fight between Vader and Obi-Wan in Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
I like that fight.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he was referring to, but like I said, I got confused there.
Look,
It's
that,
a tricky question.
I think it's a bit of an unfair question because you're literally asking about the very first fight that they ever had to do between two old men.
It's kind of like apples and oranges.
And one of them was hardly able to move in that suit.
That's true.
And versus the most choreographed fight in the entire saga, which has not been beaten to this day.
Well, yeah.
So it's an unfair comparison.
It is.
I think for what it is, the original fight is very good. But it just is not as well choreographed. I do think, the score is pretty good. The setting, the ambiance is very good. So I do very much get goosebumps when that fight is going. It's just, it's a bit awkward in terms of the execution.
Blows up the head, doesn't he?
Did anyone see the broomstick poking out to push the AT-AT over?
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a broomstick poking out because they couldn't get it to fall over.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that. I didn't know they had to use a broomstick.
Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Nah.
I mean,
Yeah,
for me, if I had to think right off the top of my head, my favorite lightsaber battles in all of Star Wars, period. Episode 3, Anakin Obi-Wan. Episode 1, Duel of the Fates.
Oh, that was so good. I love that.
Ahsoka Vader in season 2 of
Rebels.
Rebels.
Yeah.
Even as quick as it was, I love it. Obi-Wan, Darth Maul in Rebels.
Yeah, I did like that one.
But
it was very quick, though.
Very quick.
Very quick.
I liked it because it was very Akira Kurosawa kind of.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Great episode too, and Sam Witwer's the man, so Sam Witwer can do no wrong.
And then the episode 5. The episode 5 one. No lightsaber battles from the Disney trilogy. Sorry.
No, but L. Robert Wilson says, but episode 4 fight with iconic. He's going with episode 4, New Hope's lightsaber duel, and that's fine. Listen, like I said, that's
it's a tough call.
Between the two.
It's a tough call.
Come on, you gold rod! You're gonna be a permanent resident. Wait,
I can't
wait.
imagine what it
And then
was
when the
like
door
for
shuts on him,
Anthony
how
Daniels to
typical.
try to run in that.
3PO has some great comedic timing in this film. He really
Uh,
does.
I can't imagine.
I
what it
am
would
so
take to
sad that they
find
cut out a
Which
deleted
part?
scene where 3PO rips the sign off the door because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a sign like danger, don't
Yeah.
go through here. He rips
Really?
it off, and then stormtroopers come, they go through the door, and there's a Wampa there who just rips them in half.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah,
A
they decided to
very
cut that out.
cheesy looking Wampa.
Honorable mention for me of Yoda and Palpatine in Episode 3.
That's not
Mhm.
bad.
This bucket of bolts is never going to get past this blockade. Oh, well, this ship has a few surprises left
Oh,
first.
by the
Figure out.
way, in terms of greatest lightsaber fights, I know it's strictly not a lightsaber fight, but
Mhm.
Rey and Kylo Ren versus the Praetorian Guards is pretty awesome.
That is.
really
It is
like
a
that
great
one.
scene. Yeah.
I think it's very well choreographed. I think it's awesome, essentially, how it ends.
And the visuals are just like
Yeah,
extraordinary.
visually it's beautiful.
Oh, Vader's like, I was this close to
All
getting
right.
it. Damn.
Question. Vader,
was
you
like,
have the
"Oh."
ability. Why didn't he just force hold and try and hold it? We know
Maybe
he
he was
can't.
tired.
Because he wasn't looking for them. He was looking for Skywalker.
Yeah, first of all, he's looking for Luke.
He's looking for Luke
Second
the
of
whole
all, I think, he is quite confident that they'll get him anyway.
Yeah.
And he's setting up a plan to sort of
Look,
use
Luke,
them
there's
as
the
bait.
rendezvous.
So
Don't worry. We're going.
Plus,
We're going.
I do think, back here, the Force was not as strong as it is nowadays, because this was only the second ever movie that they did. Now we have seen in the Clone Wars and Rebels and especially in Force Unleashed, that was way too OP. That someone holds a fucking Star Destroyer. It's way too powerful. Back then, I don't think the Force was as developed just
Luke,
yet.
okay, Luke Episode 6.
I'm not really sure what he's saying. Are you saying
If
Luke?
he's saying Luke Episode 6 versus Anakin Episode 3. On skill alone, Anakin would still beat Luke.
Not really sure where you're going with here, L. Robert Wilson. Not sure what the question is specifically, but I mean, between the two characters, as far as favorites go, my favorite character is Luke over I'll take Luke over Anakin any day of the week.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Clearly, Anakin is the more skilled fighter.
Hmm.
And he's had years and years and years of training. Luke hasn't.
Mm-hmm. Luke Skywalking episode 6. Well, by episode 6, he's a fully formed Jedi at that point. So
I would disagree. I think
he did not take the trials. He is
no,
not a Jedi.
like Luke has been training to actually be a Jedi at that point for only a year, which is not a lot.
No.
And he is unofficially a Jedi Knight. He has not been knighted by anyone. And Anakin, by episode 3, might as well be a master. He was denied by the council, but he could qualify to be a master, because at that point, Anakin
as
had
many
been training.
battles as he won for the Republic, yeah, he should have been a master.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Anakin at that point had been training as a Jedi for 13 years. That's a
long time. That's a long time.
And I'm just saying, we wouldn't have had any of these problems if they would have just went up, hey, listen, Anakin, you've been doing a great job. We're sending you up. Really?
You were on this council, but we would not grant you the rank of master. What? If they had just granted the rank of master, he wouldn't have killed everyone.
I could do the next one. You say what again?
Asteroids.
Fiction thing. Yeah.
Oh no. I like that.
By the way, this is probably my second favorite theme of this movie.
Oh, the asteroid
field theme.
Oh yeah,
it is so good.
This was also in that game, in Shadows of the Empire.
3,720 to 1. Never tell me the odds.
So funny backstage story. Ryan messages me this morning. Hey, looking forward to you being here. I'm like, the odds of me not being here are 3,720 to 1.
So you're telling him that there is a chance. Because, hey, to be fair, they survived the asteroid field. There was a chance. I want to be around where I may mistake this.
I think the Chewie suit got better during in time too.
Look, we got 4 or 5 of the main characters on board. I think we're fine.
Plot
yeah.
armor.
I know.
This shot is
Count
really good. I
Dooku
love this.
versus Star Killer. Oh,
Well, Starkiller is way overpowered, if you ask me.
All due respect, I will never consider Starkiller because he took down a Star Destroyer.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
sorry,
agree.
that's too OP. You're not canon anyway. I'm not going to consider you.
Yeah, there was a little notch ringing down.
but
a
at the same
Star
time,
Destroyer, yeah.
Dooku knows how to play emotions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I think he would be able to get into Star Killer's head and can beat Star Killer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What is the name of this worm?
I
Meg.
think they just call it a space
Meg.
slug.
Shut up.
Why don't I ever get any lines of these things?
Shut up, Meg.
Oh, Meg. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Count Dooku versus Star Killer. Star Killer all day long.
Well,
Star
yeah.
Killer would mop the floor with Dooku.
That's an opinion.
Count Dooku's 185 years old. Star Killer's only 25, and he's voiced by Sam Witwer. So yeah, Sam Witwer can do no wrong.
I want to throw something Robert's way and just see what he thinks. Okay, BB-8 versus R2D2.
Oh, that's R2.
R2.
Sorry. What was the question? Yeah, R2D2 because he's OG. He knows more than BB-8 does.
No,
Plus, he's been through more battles than BB-8. BB-8 hasn't done much of battle of anything.
BB's feisty. He's feisty.
Engel, I have a better one for you. HK-47 or K2SO?
HK.
Oh.
Meat bag.
I don't know. Now that we've seen what K2 droids can do,
they're pretty powerful.
You know.
He's my favorite character in the Old Republic games.
Oh, yeah. You meatbag?
Apologies, Master. Allow me to help these meat bags. No,
You useless organic meatbag?
Well, jeez, I'm getting bombarded with messages from everybody.
Huh?
Sorry, I'm like I said, this is what happens when you're in the middle of show and situations come up.
Ryan, you have a good panel of guests who are able to help.
We're fine here, yes.
Art imitates life, apparently.
Like, yeah, if you're struggling with something that's real in your area,
no, I'm fine, yeah. I'm just balancing 3 different things. That's all. I'm cool.
So apparently R2 is waterproof.
Oh, Robert Wilson says R2D2 in that case.
Also, every single time I watch this, I'm like,
Yes.
R2, where are you?
Oh,
all I can think of.
Was that incorporated into Family Guy?
No, it wasn't. That's something that I made up myself.
Oh, it's brilliant, by the way.
I know.
I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, Scooby R2, where are you?
So Han is clearly Fred.
Wait a minute, wait. Han Solo is Fred?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Han is Fred.
Yeah, Han is Fred. So
who's the
Leia
other?
is
Luke is Shaggy.
Luke is Shaggy. Yeah.
That makes R2. That makes R2 to be Scooby.
I thought he was Scrappy. Oh, never mind.
We don't talk about Scrappy, dude.
Yeah, Scrappy doesn't exist, right, fellas? No, he doesn't.
Leia clearly is Daphne.
Daphne.
Okay, but who's Velma?
But which one is
other
3PO?
female in Star Wars?
Is 3PO?
Oh, 3PO is Velma? Are you serious?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can somebody write this down and pitch it to a network? Maybe we can make this a reality.
By the way, this is one of the few things I really don't like about the special edition. The fact that they changed lines.
Oh yeah, they did change the line. That's right.
Grievous versus Darth Maul.
Darth Maul all day long, baby.
Maul.
Darth Maul all day. Once again, Sam freaking Witwer. All right.
I mean, Grievous is something, but Darth Maul is just awesome.
And then General Grievous versus Darth Maul. Jeez. Oh yeah, the same. Same question. He was just asking from before. But yeah, no, Maul wins every time. I'm sorry.
Yeah, in the original film, the line is, "You're lucky you don't taste very good," which I actually think is funnier and a bit more accurate than the new line they took. And the biggest one that I have an issue with is at the end of the movie with Vader.
Oh yeah.
After the
There's
best
a
one,
UCS we need right there.
Hmm?
Vader's ship. That's a UCS ship I want.
You mean the UCS
yeah.
executor?
I
Yeah.
love this shot because
I mean,
it,
it's 13 years old, and I think right now it costs about $1,300 if you want it.
You know me. I'm still trying to find Voltron. Shoot.
Yeah, of course. So
This was my point that I was thinking too. Maul, Grievous isn't getting an animated series.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very
What do you
true.
think he really does when that thing closes?
And like I said, I hope it's not.
You think he's playing with his
screen.
dolls?
But does that include shutting me down too? No, you just go to the Falcon, find out what's wrong with her. You know what I'm saying? By the way, Distance Learning says Maul Grievous isn't getting his own animated series. Yeah, it's never going to happen, guys. Never going to happen. Maul's getting his own series, though.
So, Leia or Amidala?
Leia.
What are you trying to divide the panel and the audience here, Robert Wilson? Gee,
you know what? I'm going to say Leia because Leia also is, Force sensitive. Eventually becomes a Jedi of her own. I think Leia, Amidala's got her own stuff. Don't get me wrong, but Leia's got
the answer is Leia.
The answer is always going to be Leia. I'm sorry.
The answer is Carrie Fisher.
Grievous is quiet this time of year. He must have allergies. Needs an inhaler. I would say yes. General Kenobi. Yeah.
I have a cure for that kind of cold.
You don't have a General Grievous plushie there, do you?
I do
Chris?
not.
Oh gosh, that'd be hilarious if you did.
Let me tell you, for Lego though, I would want a really good General Grievous build. I would love a General Grievous build.
If we're going to be getting
one in the near future. Chris,
I know, but I want a better one.
Wait, do we have one already?
I do.
Yeah, no, it does exist.
Oh, it does.
There are a lot of buildable figures from Star Wars. So
Grievous had. Let me see. How many pieces was the last Grievous one? Was it like a couple hundred pieces? I don't know.
Well, ask for long enough and you shall receive. We're getting a Balrog finally.
Oh, really?
It's not the Balrog I wanted, but it is the Balrog I'll get.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like it already is splitting opinions because they specifically made a minifigure scale Balrog, but they made it in a book nook, which is a cool idea. It's just it probably would have been better if they had made a bigger one, which is the size of Bowser.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wings and everything, and I think it's a matter of time. I do think it'll happen.
And here we go.
Like we're being
watched. Frank Oz, I love you so much.
Like we're being watched. What was it? Disconcerting says Leia is quicker to fight dirty. Padme's heart would break too easily. Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
it would.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Right. I hope you like him. Yes. We love you, Frank. Frank Oz is the man. Love Jim Henson. Love you guys. Love you all.
One of the touches that I really love is when they go from this into eventually episode 1, because it was the first time they used computer, but most of it was puppet. They took the original mold that they used and added more ring. They added little things you wouldn't notice to de-age it, but then little things that you wouldn't get in the details here. Like the attention with the puppets is so good. Case, you'd be able to know better than I would. In The Last Jedi, was that puppet or was that CG?
No, The Last Jedi is puppet, and I'm actually very glad that they reused the puppet again because I do think in The Last Jedi it looks excellent.
Yeah,
it looks really good. Yeah, that's where the name of my podcast comes.
Frank Oz, get the heck out of here! Get the heck out of here right now! Frank Oz versus Jim Henson. Who do you think you are? Really?
These questions, or what is it? L. Robert Wilson says the Droids cartoon series or Attack of the Clones? Neither. Get out of here. Not happening, Robert Wilson. This is says, okay, Frank Oz versus Jim Henson.
What
kind of question is that?
What kind of, in the words of Muford, Mad Dog, whatever his face was.
It's like you asking me which of my children would I prefer.
What kind of
Why are you doing this to me?
Nobody can touch. Nobody can touch Jim Henson and Frank Oz. Nobody.
Here's the thing. Without Henson
or
You
Frank
don't
Oz.
get Yoda's design.
You don't get
But
none
without
of it.
Frank Oz, you don't have Yoda.
No,
And
You
yeah.
can't have one without the other, folks.
They're
So,
both of them are so equally important to Star Wars.
yeah,
And
seriously.
nobody talks about the importance of Jim Henson in Star Wars more than I will. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me read this out loud for those of you who are wondering. Peter Griffin versus Darth Vader. Who wins? It's Peter Griffin. I don't care what you say because it's Peter Griffin. In reality, Vader would win every time. But if we're talking cartoons, I'm still going Vader. I'm sorry.
Darth Vader would be able to shut him up.
I'm sorry, Giant Chicken would win.
Giant chicken. What the heck?
Giant chicken.
What the
Yeah,
heck
the
is
giant chicken's
chicken?
Boba Fett.
What's a giant chicken? I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, Darth Vader would
It's
finally
a,
be able
it's
to
a
shut
running
Peter
joke in
Griffin up.
Family Guy,
Oh,
right?
jeez. Giant chicken.
But
I
the
don't-
giant chicken plays Boba Fett in the Star Wars
John
special.
Favreau.
Giant
versus
chicken?
Who's
Okay,
asking?
okay. Again,
Yes,
no,
yes.
this is not a
We're not
question.
playing. We're not playing into these. What do you call these things? These
Why?
mind
Why
games.
it's putting my favorite children against each
Yeah,
other?
you
Why
can't.
are
You can't
doing
do it. By the
this?
way, John Favreau is so money he just doesn't even know it. And Dave Filoni has done some great stuff with the Star Wars mythology and the storylines.
Dave
And if it
Filoni
wasn't
is
for
Mr.
Filoni,
Star Wars
we wouldn't have
right
Ahsoka
now.
Tano.
But
So-
thanks to John Favreau, I have Iron Man. So I don't know what to think.
Wait a minute, Yeah, that's right. Because
Yeah.
speaking of which, that's a nice segue, Chris. Thank you. So speaking of John Favreau and speaking of the man in iron, also known as an iron suit, also known as Iron Man, what's up? We're going to be talking about the MCU and our favorite 5 movies that
Yes,
take
next
place
week.
within the MCU on next Friday's show, ranking our favorite MCU movies, top 5. So you guys may want to tune in for that on Friday, June the 6th, I want to say. That's going to be a lot of fun, and
Oh,
we're going to have a
yeah,
great
I'll
panel
be
of
there.
guests on that show, including Case over here is going to be sitting at the table.
I'll be in the chat.
Oh, you will be in the chat. Yeah,
I will
both of you
tell
are going to
you
be
that
in the
anything
chat.
released in the last 5 years is not on that list.
Yeah, I can
Huh?
tell you right now, nothing from the last 5
Yeah,
or
nothing
6,
in the
7,
last
8
5
years
years,
are on that
no.
list. So we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe Black Panther.
I did watch
It might be
Thunderbolts
Case. It
yesterday.
might be.
There's one movie that I would definitely consider.
Which is
I'm not
fair.
saying it's on there. But Shang-Chi is definitely to be considered.
Mhm.
Jar Jar versus Darth Maul. Now that's more like it.
Wait a minute,
Clearly,
hold on.
it'll be Jar Jar.
Wait a
This is the
second.
kind of
There's a couple of
bullshit we
comments
need
that we
on this
missed
show.
in the chat. I want to make sure I bring this up properly. Hey, I didn't start this. You're the ones pitting Mother against daughter. No, that was L. Robert
Robert.
Wilson.
I
who
didn't
was
do
asking
it. That
the
was
question.
Robert.
L. Robert Wilson's asking the question. Then he says, Jar Jar versus Darth
Jar Jar.
Maul would eat Jar Jar for breakfast.
No.
No.
Here's the thing.
No.
It's randomness. It's craziness. Maul wouldn't know how to predict Jar Jar.
And also, Ryan,
Hmm?
right? We have to remember Jar Jar has survived throughout everything, as far as we know.
Well, yeah.
We have never ever seen him die, and he probably has used the dark side of the Force to do this because Darth
Once.
Jar Jar, yes. But
Maybe.
this is the kind of bullshit we need on the show.
Who's worse, K2SO or Chot? None
It's
of them are
getting
worse.
worse.
He's
None
talking
of them are
yesterday.
worse.
Neither of them
Chopper
are
has a
worse.
higher kill count than any other character.
Well, here's the only thing about K2SO versus Chopper. The only difference is that Chopper is considered a war criminal,
He is.
Chopper is a
and
psychopath.
K2SO is just a reprogrammed Imperial droid. So that's a big
But-
difference between
Chopper
being
is
a
a
war
psychopath.
All right,
criminal.
hold on,
The thing
wait.
is that
We got to
Chop-
acknowledge this moment here.
Is this a moment though?
This is
Oh.
the thing because how do you feel? Are you for this change,
Yeah.
or do you want the original Emperor?
I would have liked to have seen Clive Rebel, to be honest.
Yeah, I
But
did like
here's
the
the
original
thing.
one better.
So Clive Revel, my understanding, did the voice, but it was a woman in makeup.
It was a
Oh,
woman.
yeah.
Yes,
It
it
was
was.
very
Yeah.
awkward.
Right. It was
So
a
look, all due respect to the old movie, but this was a needed change.
Okay,
For
fair enough,
continuity's
fair enough.
sake, it had to.
Yeah,
be.
that's true.
I understand your point of view there, Case. I get it. By the way, I feel like I'm raising Chris's blood pressure by asking all these questions as distance nerding. So, Chris, ease up on the blood pressure there, buddy. Boba Fett versus Jango. What kind of a question is this?
Hold on. First of all, your
Jango
spelling is
Fett?
awful. Boba versus Django, as in Django Unchained.
Yeah, Django Unchained. It's
Yeah,
Django.
Django Unchained.
There's no D.
Django didn't get eaten
I
by
would
a
say none of us
sarlacc.
do that.
I'm going Boba Fett all day long. Okay, so Boba Fett wins against his old man. I'm sorry.
I will say this.
Yes.
This slave won over the other slave one.
Oh,
Because
is that
this
where you're
slave
pointing?
one? Well, first of all, in Lego terms, is a better set.
Is a
Second
better
of all, I
set.
like the colors better.
Look at the colors on that thing. You see that?
Look at that thing; it's beautiful.
Beautiful. It is.
part I do stuck
That's
on
why
the radio.
I'm excited. We're all excited. For those of you who are wondering, if you check out the Dutch Star Wars guy, you can watch Case building this set.
And referring to the actual movie we're watching,
There's footage of it on YouTube. Isn't that right, Case? Did you do it in like 5 parts?
We should listen to Brennan.
We should come together and do a build stream. I know we've been talking about
Maybe
it, but
we
now I have a
should.
set to build.
Penny for your thoughts. Oh wait, we're not there yet.
Penny for your thoughts.
No. I don't.
We're not to that part yet.
Rockin',
Okay, sorry.
rockin' and rolling.
Deadpool
Yeah,
versus
don't
get out.
By the way, that's exactly what we don't need. Disconcerting is a Quentin Tarantino set Star Wars movie. It's never going to happen. Never, ever, ever.
I mean,
ever,
we're not
Robert,
even getting a
that would
Quentin
be-
Tarantino
I
Star
don't know
Trek
about
movie.
Robert, go sit in a corner. You know what you did. You
Get
know what
out
you
of
did.
here.
No.
Well,
I'm out.
The answer is
Considering
no,
that,
Robert Wilson. The answer is no. No. 6
Here's the
down,
thing.
4 to go.
Deadpool would be an awful Sith. He's not a Jedi. He would be an awful Sith.
Here's my
and considering that Ryan Reynolds is in a bit of hot water right now, I'd take Jar Jar.
really? No.
He was
Much anger in him.
Now,
I'll
I do have a serious question.
Was
that
I any
often
different
will
from
have
you?
an
Help me.
answer. Who do you prefer, Alec Guinness or Ewan McGregor?
Alec
Oh,
Guinness
that-
all day long.
Alec Guinness. Alec Guinness.
I respect you and McGregor a whole deal, but I'm going Alec Guinness. all day.
I personally think I prefer Ewan simply
Mhm,
because of what the actor himself
Mhm.
said about the role. Alec Guinness didn't give 2 shits about Obi-Wan, and Ewan cared so much that he's still playing the character 20 years on.
Here's the
So,
thing, though. This
there's
is a
that.
funny thing to
It's
me.
fair enough.
The only acting Oscar to ever be nominated
Alec
for
Guinness.
Star Wars is Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, okay, let's be fair. There was also in a time that could still happen because nowadays that would just not happen.
It would just not happen, which is sad too. Because there's
It's
some really
sad,
good
you
movies
know,
out
because like essentially in the past couple of years, some of the best movies to have come out are the Dune movies,
Yeah.
and they have not been winning or been
Yes.
nominating for
Yes.
acting Oscars, even though they are phenomenal performances
So-
in there.
Do they get any technical awards though?
Technical
yeah, they-
awards,
they
yes.
won- they
Like
won.
they like between
Dune.
the two, they won 8 technical awards. But
That's
that
a lot of
doesn't
awards.
matter.
Old,
And I can't wait
Old
for Dune
was-
Messiah next year.
or old Yoda.
What are you doing?
Old Yoda. Old Yoda.
I mean, what do you mean with old Yoda? He's
Yoda's always been
old.
900 years old.
We're 900 years old.
He's either 800 or
Will you finish what
900 years old. He's
I won't
old either
fail
way.
you. I'm not afraid. You will
Oh,
be.
you will.
You will be.
Oh, I love that. That ear raise.
Don't
Do you know how
fall asleep.
complicated that ear raise is? Oh, that's
Don't
beautiful.
Speaking of
Oh,
awards,
asleep.
Frank
I-
Oz is a beast in this movie. He
Yes.
just is.
but speaking of awards, I really hope.
So Luke is all confident going into this, but then when Yoda gives him that fair warning, it's like, no, you're not ready for this. You're not ready
That's
for
true.
this.
That's
And
true.
you're gonna be
Tie
terrified out of your mind.
bombers!
I was
That-
gonna
right,
say,
By the way, that
speaking of
last
awards-
line that he gives at Luke is so creepy, isn't it, Case? You will be. I mean, it's creepy
Speaking
stuff.
of awards, I really hope that the actors in Andor get nominated this year.
How do you say this? Is it Mylock or Mynock? How do you say it?
Mine
Why
not.
not?
Thank you.
And then,
Oh, with an N. Thank you. I was wondering.
but wait, Brennan, actors in what movie?
Andor didn't
The other
get
one.
any acting nominations.
Oh.
Sir, if I may venture into, I'm not interested in your opinions, 3PO.
Yeah, Andor
There's
did
something
not
out
get
there,
any
Case.
acting nominations. In
Outside in the cave. There it is. Listen,
He got
listen.
nominated for other things, but no acting nominations.
Well, Andor has definitely been pushing to get a lot of people nominated.
What are you
Yes, I certainly
doing?
hope so.
What are you doing?
But let's see, because
Clone Trooper all day long, Robert Wilson. Jeez.
by the way, okay, then let me ask you this, Ryan: Clone
Ugh.
Trooper Phase 1 or Phase 2?
Phase of what exactly? I'm sorry.
Phase 1 or Phase 2? If you don't know what I'm talking about,
I'll take a clone trooper over a
Phase
I'll take a
two.
clone. The thing, right? What Case was saying. Oh,
Phase
man, that's-
1 is what we see in Attack of the Clones, and Phase 2 is what we see in Revenge of the Sith.
Phase 2.
I'm going phase. I'm going phase 1.
Phase 1
Oh,
is cool.
interesting.
I'm going phase 1 because they were good at that point, and then in phase 2 they become bad and they kill everybody. So
That's true.
yeah, I'm going phase 1, and I like the battle scene where they show up in what is it, the Geonosis sequence.
Oh,
I really
yeah,
like
it
that.
is
I like
pretty
that
cool,
scene.
yeah.
I don't like the movie very much, but I like that scene.
So
So yeah, I'm going. What was the answer? Clone Trooper, Robert Wilson. There's your answer. Clone Trooper. Thank you.
I'm curious, Ryan. Do you know the story of Ewan McGregor's brother?
Yeah. His Wedge, or his uncle, or his nephew.
That's his
whatever.
uncle.
No. The actor Ewan McGregor's brother.
Oh,
Yeah,
that.
it's on-
Yeah.
This
He's
is
in
a-
the Royal Air Force, and they call
Yes.
him
OB2.
OB2. Yeah.
OB2.
I love that. And then correct me if I'm wrong. Dennis Lawson is his uncle, right?
He's his uncle, yeah.
Yeah.
great.
Wedge is Ewan's uncle.
That's what I was getting. Yeah.
But Brennan, to
Thank you for answering that question.
respond to your thing about the Emmys for this
Mhm.
year, I know for a fact that Diego Luna has been pushed forward as the lead actor.
Yep.
Stellan Skarsgård and Kyle Soller as supporting actors, and then as supporting actresses, Denise Gough, Adria Arjona, Genevieve O'Reilly, Elizabeth Dulau, and Faye Marseille.
Yeah,
Five
absolutely.
Which would be real.
That Elizabeth Dulau plays Clea is amazing.
She is so, and it's her first acting role.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, I hope that it does get nominated for acting this time.
I think it should, and I think the performances are definitely there. I think essentially the reason that season 1 of Andor wasn't so loved is because it came out very early in the Emmy season.
And it was also up against Succession, which got all the nominations.
So the competition is not as good, and it came out right before the deadline of the Emmy, so that's why it's able to qualify and will probably be looked at even more.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
This would be nice. Plus, it seems that season 2 is considered even better than season 1, and I didn't think that was possible.
Yeah.
Is the dark side?
I mean, no spoilers, but that 8th episode, oh my gosh.
The Gorman Massacre, my God.
Yeah.
You will know when you're calm. At peace. Anyway, for the I'm so sorry. If you're just joining us, this is the Empire Strikes Back 45th anniversary watch along. We are 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 10 seconds into this epic film. Do not forget to like and share this. If you have any questions or comments about this movie while you're watching along with us, let us know in the comments or chats down below. And if you're joining us live on the replay, hello there. What was it again? I think you meant to say Kenner Star Wars action figures or Hasbro Star Wars action figures. You know, I respect old school. I really do, but I'm going with Hasbro because I have a lot of, or not a lot, but I have a few figures from what is known as the Black Series, I think it's called.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah, those are some great detailed figures to get signed at conventions because I go to conventions all the time during the course of a calendar year. So I'm going with the Black Series of Star Wars. Hasbro. Anyone else have a feeling on this?
Hasbro.
If you can see my background, neither. It's Legos.
Oh, it's Legos. So
it's Legos. Come on.
So it has nothing to do with Hasbro or Kenner.
That's the thing. I don't have those.
Nego all the way.
figures.
And then what was
Lego.
it that you said, Chris?
Nego.
No. Okay.
I
Nego's
like this
classic.
line. Only what you take with you. That's one of my favorite Star Wars lines.
Only what you take with you. Your weapons.
Because that's what I do when I go see a new Star Wars movie or a show. I just try to put the baggage away and just look at it for what it is.
Yeah, that's fair.
And if I like it, I like it. And if I don't like it, I don't like it.
What is the name of this area? Oh, okay, cool.
And that's kind of how I view Star Wars as well. Like, when it comes to any new Star Wars project, I will try to be excited. I will try to look forward to it. If I turn out not to like it, then okay, I don't like it. I don't want to revisit it. I don't want to hear too many people's opinions about it because it gets you down a dark well. If I do like it, I want to talk about it. I want to talk to people about it. I want to rewatch it. And that's that. Because, like, I have not rewatched Obi-Wan. I didn't care for the show. I know other people did. I'm not going to engage with that.
That's fine.
Yeah. A lot of snakes.
And on the
Lana's-
flip side, like I've seen Andor season 2 already 4 times
Oh my God.
Wow, 4
Wow.
times?
Wow.
because
My
I like
goodness.
it.
That's
I mean,
no
it
cave,
is
guys. That
that
is not a
good, I mean,
cave. That is not a cave.
Yeah, that's got to be an artificial structure of some kind.
I think this is one of the
Makes you wonder.
few, if ever, times that Star Wars uses slow-mo in a film.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
very awkward. Actually, nowadays you could probably use AI to make the slow-mo a bit more fluid.
Oh, look at this
Yeah.
sequence. Goes into a cave and look what he finds. It's Vader. It's Vader.
I think the whole idea of the dark side cave is an idea in Star Wars. Is
You just shot that guy's
very
head off.
interesting because it is a. It's always like a test in a way.
I didn't think about this many, many years ago, but now that you go back and rewatch these films, you see how Luke's clothing changes over all 3 films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how it reflects his mindset and his, just his journey, the hero's journey of going from all these different stages. Wearing white in the beginning, getting gray in the middle, black in Return of the Jedi, respectively. And you're like, oh, subtlety. I like it.
This is so clever though, because it subtly references the big twist we all know is coming, and yet also means the darkness within himself.
Yeah.
Like it's both. It works on both levels. It's so
Bounty
good.
hunters.
Here we go with
Need
the
the
bounty
sun.
hunters.
Yes, sir.
Yay.
Robert, you're fighting a losing battle here, man. I'm telling you. You're
Now let's see us.
Anakin.
Also, by the way, it's Ray with an E and an A with an E.
I'd go with I'll go with Ray.
Allegedly, Ray's gonna get a new movie here in the next couple of years, so we'll see.
Allegedly.
No disintegration.
No disintegration, as you wish.
You wish.
Do we like the original
They
voice, or
changed-
do we like
yeah,
the
I
fact that
was
they
just
replaced it with Tamora Morrison?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Again, for consistency with everything going on, and also Tamara Morrison playing Boba Fett in The Mandalorian and stuff, I'm okay with the change.
Okay.
But yeah, we are definitely cutting out Jeremy Bullock, the original voice.
By the way, this is the only Star Destroyer to actually be named in the film.
Is there such thing as
What are you
green
doing?
milk?
Yeah, it's in The Last Jedi.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's those
That's the reaction I was looking
Blue
for.
milk
No.
or green milk? Neither. They're both
No,
moldy.
neither.
If you have blue milk or green milk, throw it away, sir. Go to the store. Go buy some more milk.
Just
You know what the thing is? I don't even like milk in general, so neither.
Oh, well, okay, Case, you don't even like it in principle, so forget it. Yeah, it's not a question. Who
I've
cares?
had the blue milk and the green milk. I like the blue milk better.
That's fair. What was the? She had a. They're going to attack position. Shields up.
Shields up.
Luke, or not Luke. Excuse me. Robert Wilson. Yeah, good for you. Whatever, Russ. Whatever. That can't. No ship that small has a cloaking device. Is there a cloaking device? Never mind.
This is not Star Trek. We don't have birds of prey.
No.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
Yeah, he's a goner.
And this
All right, you know what? Wait. Here's a better question for you. This is a great question. Which would you rather be, an Imperial officer under Lord Vader or a red shirt aboard the Enterprise?
I'll go with the Imp officer.
The what?
Yeah, me too.
That's tough
The red shirts
because I hear
die all the time.
I've always been told that the blue shirts die first in Star Trek and not so much the red.
Yellow shirts
So-
die more than red
Yeah.
shirts, but the tradition, you get the idea. The tradition is the red shirt.
And Ensign
No.
Ricky.
Ensign Ricky.
I personally, that's a great question, by the way, folks. I'm gonna go with red shirt on the Enterprise. I'm going with red shirt.
I absolutely love this scene.
Because I'm one of the few red shirts who wouldn't actually die.
By the way, Brennan, I agree. This is my favorite scene of this movie.
This might be my favorite scene in the whole saga. I don't know.
You nothing that I say.
Now, there's one thing. This is
X-wing or
totally
B-wing?
different.
I'm going X-wing all day long, son.
Well,
X-wing.
I
X-wing.
think the reason why I like this scene
Unlearn.
is
If you have
I'm
learned.
a
Alright, I'll give it a
because
try.
I'm a fairly
China.
religious person.
Do.
The theology here
There's
is
no time.
really
There is no time.
like I feel a great connection to it because I do a I'm what you would call religious, so I do connect with this scene.
Yeah, very much.
Look at
And-
Yoda's eyes are
And
bulging out of his
yeah,
sock.
the thing is that there are so many quotes of Yoda in this scene that I use on a daily basis.
Yes,
Daily
me too.
basis?
Do
Yes.
or do not.
Do or do not, there is no try. Is honestly, if you need to think about that for a moment. But
Yeah,
if you truly grasp
exactly.
what he means by it,
Mhm.
it is a very important life lesson, and it's
What's the-
something that you should use throughout your life
Trying
to be a better
to use
person.
as an excuse. I tried. It's not enough.
Like if you have a
Yeah.
copy of Moby Dick and you say, I'm gonna try to read it, but you never open a
Tries
page.
matters not.
Star
Then
Trek
you're
or
not
Star
really-
Wars? Robert, get out.
Both.
Get out.
Star
Get
Trek and Star Wars, yes.
To pull a meme off the interwebs, why not both? I like both.
Yeah, I like both.
I like both.
You know what?
I know.
The correct answer is Babylon 5, you heathen.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Followed by Sequest DSV.
It's
Oh
energy
boy, now we're going obscure.
surrounds us and
energy.
binds.
Probably
Humanist
just
beings are we.
Not this
Not this
crude
crude
matter.
matter.
Crude,
You
man.
must
No, the correct
Feel
answer is
this
shit.
around you. Here, between you,
Man, that puppet
Me.
work is so good.
the tree, the
rock,
rock,
every
everywhere. Yes,
yes,
even between
that.
land and the ship.
I might as well just go on YouTube and watch this scene like every day and just get lost.
Yeah,
Honestly, just watch this 5-minute
possible.
scene and just get lost.
It's
Honestly,
a very motivating scene in many ways.
I think I'm gonna start watching this every day from now on. Case I'm just gonna go on YouTube or my
Is-
Disney Plus and just watch.
Also, what is so great about this entire scene is that up until this point, we have not seen Yoda do any Jedi stuff whatsoever. So we have no idea what he's capable of. We just know Luke is, good with the Force, and so he's like trying, but yeah, he tries and fails.
Look at the way
And
that
and then Yoda
Size-
just does it.
Size matters not.
look at
Yeah.
the way that
Luminous
Oz
beings
just
are we.
moves Yoda
Not
in
this
just the
crude
right
matter.
way.
And
Like the way that he moves the puppet, the way he sighs, the way he
But that's Frank Oz
Leans-
right
I mean,
there.
it's
that is
absolutely
all
brilliant.
Oz knowing.
yeah,
what to
O's
do.
puppetry and his voice,
it's absolutely
line
brilliant.
delivery. Also,
I
the
love
score
this.
again, Yoda's theme is
Yes.
insanely good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
John Williams just like
He's the man.
outdid himself.
That's why a lot of people consider John Williams to be the GOAT when it comes to composers,
Yeah,
film composers of
absolutely.
all time.
Like,
'Cause
he's
he
at,
just
he's at
always
least in the
up in the
conversation.
game. Yeah, the music here is just. I mean, I wonder how they did this because that's quite a big model to move.
Honestly,
Quite.
I think at this point I have so many Star Wars shirts. I think I need to pull a case and just get an Empire Strikes Back shirt,
Right?
just because of how good this 5, 6, 8 minutes, whatever this is, case. This scene
I just
alone.
realized I do not have an Empire Strikes Back shirt.
It's this scene in the Battle of Hoth
Uh,
and the Bespin fight that always get me, Case. So this is why I need to get an Empire Strikes Back
believe it.
shirt just like you. All right.
I do have an Empire Strikes
That
Back mug.
is why you fail.
That is why you fail.
Boom! Mic drop.
Yeah, and there it is, right there.
We need,
And
yeah,
that's
Case.
funny.
I'm gonna get my, if next time our friends at T Public have a sale, I'm gonna get an Empire Strikes Back shirt. Okay. So watch out, it's
And
coming.
here we see Vader using
He's
humor.
pissed off the whole movie. He's
Apology-
pissed.
Great line here. Apology accepted.
Captain Nita.
Apology accepted, Captain Nita.
Well, that's the reason
Captain
why
Nita-
I like that
Nita
line
Brat.
in Rogue One.
By the way, Captain Nita was the reason that Sam Witwer was not the Star Wars champion.
Because that's
Oh,
right.
that's
Because of that
right,
one
he lost
question,
Because
right?
he couldn't think of the name.
It was that one question, Case.
He
You're right.
lost
Yeah.
because of that, yeah.
Luke commands. Calculated possible destination of the last.
Lost.
The reason I like the line in Rogue One, be careful not to choke on your aspirations,
Don't
Yeah,
me again.
good line.
is because of the
Admiral.
apology accepted line.
Yeah, like Vader at times can be a bit sassy.
Vader's a sassy little twerp, is what he is.
Why do they not have windows in the back?
I don't. What was I going to say earlier? I don't know.
I love that the Empire is just so full of nonsense that you don't even notice.
What was the last piece of information that we received here? Oh, okay, we're good. By the way, Robert Wilson, that's too different of a question. It's not a fair question or a comparison.
Yeah,
so
it's
we
not a
can't,
fair
we can't answer it. Can't answer it.
The correct answer is Irvin Kirshner.
But
Yes.
kind of, yes. I will say this in defense of JJ. At least JJ has made other movies than just Star Wars, because George Lucas has never, or at least I know he's made a couple of other movies.
American Graffiti is really good.
But like JJ's Mission Impossible 3, I think, is a really good movie. His Star Trek reboots are very good. So he's made a couple of very good movies.
Damn right. And next year, Case, myself, and whoever else is going to be in on that panel, we're going to be talking about J.J. Abrams' epic film, Mission Impossible 3 turns 20 next year.
Oh, yeah, it does turn 20.
It does turn 20 next year. Yeah, it does. So we're going to be sitting here talking about MI3, which I'm very, very excited for next
I'm
year.
about to actually watch it for the very first time. So
I'm actually thinking of pulling
Indiana
a double.
Jones or Han Solo?
Wait a minute, what was the question?
Han
Now,
Solo.
that's a good one.
Han Solo.
That is a great question. I'm going to pull an internet meme again. Why not both? I like both.
If we're judging essentially which is the more iconic Harrison Ford character / performance, I'll go Indy.
I think
I love Han, but it might be controversial. Han is not even in my top 10 Star Wars characters.
I mean, Han's in an ensemble piece, whereas Indiana Jones, it's just straight up Harrison doing his thing. So because I love Last Crusade so much, I'm going to give the slight edge to Indiana Jones here, man.
There are so many amazing characters in Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? For the top, if we're crazy enough, maybe we'll do I think we've done it before, but we can always pull it later in the year or next year. Top 5 favorite Star Wars characters. Maybe
top. Yeah. Okay, we need to reduce that to top 5 because I can talk.
Like I said, because otherwise, Case, myself, and anyone else who's on the panel are going to be here for 8 hours straight, man.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, because I can give you a top 50 if you want.
Top 50? Excuse me? A baking powder? Did you say top 50 Star Wars characters?
Yes.
That's a lot of characters, man.
Yeah, I know, but I could give you that.
We're going to do top 5 either later this year, maybe next year. We'll save it for next year. I don't know.
I'd say every character in Andor, do they count?
Do they count? I don't know.
Oh, Ryan, I have a better idea. We should do that in 2 years for the 50th anniversary of Star Wars.
There you go. See, we already got it down for 2 years later. Fantastic. I saw a city in the clouds. I saw a city.
Friends you have there.
Built this city.
We built this city on Tabanda.
Yes, I love that song.
There we go.
Future. Yes.
Look at Yoda's eyes. That is so amazing.
That's why Frank Oz is the man. Well, they die.
Simply by widening the eyes, he is saying so much.
And
Again,
see, just the
great
way
company.
she is the face there.
Always emotion is the future.
I gotta go to him. Decide you must serve them best.
Oh,
if you leave now, you
could destroy it. Say Barton suffered.
Fought and suffered. And
Which actually is true to a degree.
Lando or Han?
We're going into Bespin. We're going into Bespin.
Lando or Han, who is more badass?
What was the question?
Badass, it's Lando.
Okay, badass, I think it's Han actually. But Lando is way smoother.
He's a smooth operator, just like the song
He is a
says.
smooth
Right,
operator.
Sade? Right, Sade? Smooth operator. Yeah. Have you ever heard that song in a while? Folks? Look it up.
You've been struck by Lando Calrissian.
Ryan, I hear that song very often when I watch Formula One because one of the drivers gets called a smooth operator and he sings it on the radio if he wins.
Are you serious? Wow. I did not know. That is a fun fact I'm learning on this great episode of Movie Watch Along, which, by the way, It's Empire Strikes Back 45th anniversary. We are 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 15 seconds into this movie. So
Oh, look at
copy
that.
on physical video or streaming
Look
service.
at that shot.
Exactly.
Wow.
Watch it along with us. Comment below in the chat. And if you're joining us live on the replay, hello there and welcome in.
That is a beautiful shot.
I
My
love
goodness.
the improvements for this
Yeah,
one too.
special
for the
editions really make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Oh,
is
look at
one of
that.
the things that I'm happy that special edition does.
Bespin and Cloud City have never looked cleaner. They look it looks beautiful. Look at this.
Looks like in Battlefront 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Battlefront 2. There's a blast from the past. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I'm playing that game
Are you?
on my channel. Yeah, I've started playing that game actually.
How far are you into it now?
Or the new Battlefront.
The last mission that I played was Nightfall. So Order 66 was the last one I did.
Oh, how fun.
And the great thing is, you get to play as Anakin killing Jedi.
But as
There's
long as
nothing
you
else.
Wait. You play as Anakin killing the Jedi?
Yes.
Oh
But you
wow.
don't get
That is not to love, right?
That's why you love the game so much.
You don't kill the young
kidding.
ones.
You see, my friend. Keep your eyes open, huh?
Yeah, it's been about 13 years at this point.
That's a. Hey, why you slimy double-crossing no good swindler? You lot of guts coming here after what you pulled.
I think they may have met again after the events of Solo. That's my guess.
I'm not sure.
Great introduction for this
If there
character.
was something else that happened.
Well, I'm not sure if they ever met in between Solo and now, but as far as the comics, I don't think so. There are times that they're close to one another, but not actually meeting them.
I just get the feeling that something else happened between them.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Just a
You
thought.
lost your me fair and square. And how you doing, T-Bag?
And we see that in Solo. He did win it fair.
That's true.
Especially consider that Lando was the one who was cheating.
Hello,
right,
what
right.
have we here? Which is the name of Billy D. Williams' memoir.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which, by the way, one of these days I hope to get a copy of that case and read that.
By the way, one of the funniest moments at Celebration 23 was when we were at the Return of the Jedi panel, and someone asked Billy D, what is the best thing about Lando Calrissian? And his response is just, he's played by Billy D. Williams.
Mm-hmm.
She's the fastest hunkin' drunk in the galaxy. So how's the gas mine? Still paying off for you all these years? Not as well as I would like. We're a small outpost, not very self-sufficient. I've had supply problems of every kind. I've had labor difficulty. What's so funny? L. Robert Wilson says the Cloud City of Bespin or the Forest Moon of Endor. I'm going Cloud City, brother. I'd want to live there. And work
Yeah, I
there.
like the Cloud City Art Deco kind of look.
I'm going Cloud City. I'm going Cloud City because you have less chance of getting killed or
I
infected.
want to live
by,
with the cannibals.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't want to live with a murder bear, so I'm going to go with
Murder bears.
I'm not living with the Care Bears. I'm going to live in Cloud City with human beings.
I don't want to live where the Ewoks will attack you at night.
Yeah, I'm going with Cloud City.
Hey, why are you messing with a strange R2 unit, you idiot?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Who are you? Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to interject.
Did your mother ever tell you don't
He
approach
gets
a strange
shot in
R2
the
unit?
chest, and then boom, everything comes apart.
Yeah, he completely blew up there.
Completely came apart, Case. Yeah.
Wind chimes.
But yeah, essentially when it comes to Endor, people think that the Ewoks are like cute little bears, and I'm like, they will hang you over a spit and roast you.
Little murder
Are you
koalas.
kidding me?
They will
They will take off your head and make drums out of it. Are you kidding me?
They will roast
trying
your
to save
head,
the environment.
your helmet, and make
Hey, look, it's
bombs.
Ben. We haven't seen Ben in a while.
Not since Oscar season.
But you cannot control it. This is a dangerous time for you. You will be tempted by the dark side.
Dark side.
Yes, to Obi-Wan, you listen. The cave. Remember your failure at the cave.
What, after 2 days? And there's so much is in.
It's a bit of an exaggeration when he says, "I've learned so much since then." Don't you think?
Okay, let's be fair. Luke has done absolutely nothing in terms of Jedi training over the past 3 years, and in the couple of days that he was with Yoda, he did a lot. So for him, for his perspective, yeah, he learned a lot.
So you're saying that from a certain point of view,
Yeah.
He's done some
you
stuff.
did say that, yeah.
We'll get to
Right,
that one.
right. Isn't that the catchphrase we all love to use on these shows, Case, from
From
a certain point of view?
view.
Yes, yes. And there's also a series of books called From a Certain Point of View that you can find
Yes.
right now. Am I
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Buy yourself the books, why don't you, folks? Or the audiobooks. There's nothing wrong with audiobooks either. Which, there are a lot of sales going on right now for audiobooks, so feel free to check out your sources there for that.
I cannot interfere.
I understand. R2, fire up the converters. Don't give in to hate. Great life lessons here by these two.
It's true.
That leads to the dark side.
Don't give in to...
Yes, strong as Vader. Mind what you have learned. Save you it can.
Oh no. What he's learned will not save him.
You're all wrong because fear is the path to the dark side. Fear
I'll
leads
get
to
there.
anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Suffering.
Told you I did.
That's
Reckless
my
is
favorite
he.
Yoda line.
Now, matters are worse.
That boy is a lost hope.
No,
No,
there is another.
there is another.
And the other he spoke of is his twin sister.
And,
which-
and
Quit
originally,
spoiling it for us,
Okay,
Kate.
but
Ruining
again,
the movie.
what-
like I said,
I
originally
have a
his sister
point,
was gonna
you
be
know?
Matilda.
You have a
get to it.
point.
the thing is, again, when they made the movie, this specific movie, and they wrote that specific line, they had no idea what they were going to do with it.
They had an
Okay.
idea
Like,
that
oh,
this
it
had
sounds
to out there
interesting. Because
somewhere.
the thing is, there is another. Ahsoka is alive at this point. Ezra
That's
is alive
true.
at this
That's
point.
true.
Alcestis might be alive at this point. We don't know. There might be Jedi out there.
That's true. That's
Sooner
true.
the better. Something's wrong here. No one has seen or heard anything about 3PO. He has gone too long to have gotten lost. I'll talk to Lando. I'll see what I'll find out. I don't trust Lando. Well, I don't trust him either.
Is it just me, or is this architecture like on Gorman?
I don't know. Is it?
It actually.
Am I
looks
reading
a bit
this right?
similar, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Ryan, you haven't gotten to end of season 2 yet.
And yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I haven't even gotten past episode 1 yet because I've been so preoccupied with. Which, by the way, I hurt myself while I was at work. I jammed my thumb in the baler. I don't know if anyone can see this. It's a little jammed up there. Yeah,
Hey,
that
Chewie,
got
question.
swollen.
Why are you in the garbage area?
Why? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I need
basically, Ryan, there's
to.
an architecture that's similar.
I need to write some short stories, and then I need to
Keep
finish
away.
watching Andor season 2 so I can text Case my 2 cents on it. Because we're gonna do a show about Andor in a couple of X amount of time here when I'm done.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's gonna happen at some point. And obviously, I'm gonna text Case the first time
By
I
the way,
finish it.
I will say this watch along for this movie was perfectly timed because essentially I was watching Andor as it came out. Then right when Andor finished, I watched Rogue One. Then like a week later, I watched Star
What was it?
Wars.
Lando
Mhm.
got a pimp
I was
cape.
watching Empire.
Lando got a pimp cape.
Oh, these random things. As we're listening to Case's timeline of what he's been experiencing the last several weeks.
I've been building up to this movie.
Just
Everyone's
go with me,
invited,
Case.
of course.
Just go with me on this. Lando got a pimp cape.
No, we
Lando
got
got
it. Whatever.
No,
Such
it's,
a
gonna be,
pimp.
it's very 70s.
Are you having trouble with your droids, Chris? No, no problem.
No problem.
Why?
I'm gonna
Even though the
say-
whole thing is pieces in a plastic tray, literally.
No, not Anthony Daniels.
No, I don't think it is it? No. Small enough not to be noticed by the, which is advantageous for everybody since our customers are anxious to avoid attracting attention.
You lie. You lie.
You lie,
You lie,
man.
lie.
Hey, look, it's
You-
an elevator.
You lie like a bantha herd.
It's always
like
been a
this, like,
danger that looms
Art
over
Deco
everything we
design.
built here. But I've developed something that'll ensure security. I made a deal that's going to keep the Empire out of here forever.
Yeah, what
Oh,
deal?
boy.
Oh,
Look at
right.
this door,
With
Kate.
the
Look at that. Hey, who's that guy?
That's
Who
right.
is he?
Wonder Woman.
We would be
What do you
honored
think they're having for dinner?
if you would join us.
What do you think they're having?
That's a great
Ewoks.
question.
Craig Dragon?
Does anyone know what they're having on that dinner table over there?
No idea.
They're having Ewoks.
That's another robot chicken classic.
Is it a robot chicken classic?
Oh yeah.
Or they're
Yeah.
having what, bantha filet?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry too.
You're a loser, Lando.
Mm.
Mm.
I know you
Hey.
suck.
In the words of jeez, Kate. I'm sorry. Oh man,
He did sell them out to the
he
Empire.
did. He literally did.
Shitty thing to do.
He put him up the creek, Case. I get it. He sold them
You
up
know,
the creek.
then he comes good at the end.
Mhm.
My alarm in the
That
morning.
noise would drive me crazy.
That's a horrible. How did he even get that thing to turn off? So weird.
It just turned off by itself.
Oh, it did. Okay. Because I always wondered about that. I never wondered, like, how did they get that thing to turn off? It's weird to me. Hey, look, it's a plastic tray full of droid parts. What's gonna happen here?
Alas for C3PO.
Oh, Ryan, he's gonna put him on backwards.
I'm backwards, you furball.
Alas for C3PO, I knew him well, yes.
Is that what he calls him? A furball or something? I can't remember.
Yeah.
It's one of the two.
I think he called him a woolly later at one point.
In danger. I must tell the others. Oh no, I've been shot.
Oh boy.
The torture device in Family Guy is way worse than this, I feel.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
I'm just surprised they didn't do that thing during that they did to Bix.
Oh my God. Dr. Gorst.
Oh my
is
word.
the absolute worst Imperial I've ever seen. Darth Vader and the Emperor aren't even close to Gorst.
You may take Captain Solo to Jabba the Hutt after I have
And
Skywalker.
it's a good thing that that Bix got him, because otherwise they would have turned that program into a big thing.
Really? Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Robot. Yay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly?
No.
Good. It would be unfortunate if I had to leave a garrison. This deal's getting worse all the time. Everybody in this world has said that at one point.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world, all 7 billion people have said this deal, whatever it is we're working on. here.
Or the line he says later where he's like, I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
Yep, that's happened a lot of times, hasn't it, Case?
Words.
Ooh, there's okay. All right. Let me see. You know what? I'm just gonna take this link and put it in the private chat for our producers to take a look at, because I want to hear their opinions on something here. But they can take a look at it whenever.
All right.
Let's see. What do we have here? There it is. It's in the private chat in case anybody wants to take a look at that. What outfit should I get when the sale goes up for Empire Strikes Back?
Oh.
There's some good ones at the end of it, though. There's like 7 pages worth of shirts, man.
Ooh, man. Ooh.
I like the Never Tell Me the Odds one and Laugh It Up Fuzzball. Those are good ones. Or Do or Do Not. There is no try. Life lessons. We should definitely get that one.
Planet Wampa Ice Hockey. That's good.
Yeah. I think you would like that one, right, Chris?
I would, actually.
Yeah, we should get that one. Vader's taking him to the bounty. Vader wants
Wait, hold on. Willy Wampa. I want that one.
Is there a Willy Wampa in there?
There's Willy Wampa.
Oh, jeez.
Willy Wampa.
Yeah, we need to get that one, guys.
It's happening.
Oh, there it is. I see it. I see it. Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, I kind of like the Laugh It Up Fuzzball.
Yeah, it is. I love that one too, Case. I got to be honest. I'm sorry I couldn't help you, but I got my own problems. Yeah, you're a real hero.
Planet of the Misfit Rebels. I love that.
Yep.
It's good.
I knew you guys would like that.
Need a hand?
You certainly have a way with people.
Yeah.
He's so fragile, Case.
And there we have the carbon freezing chamber.
There it is.
I absolutely love the lighting.
Look at the set design of this thing.
And I love the orange light. I love
Just the color scheme of this area is beautiful.
Yeah,
Good.
it's like hell. We're looking at hell.
Monitor Skywalker and allow him to land.
First prize, damage. We will test it on Captain Solo.
Scruffy looking at the Nerf herder t-shirt. Scruffy looking and proud of it. Nerf herder. All the
Yeah.
territory.
Should probably get. There's a couple. I might just get all a couple of these.
Just get all of them.
Get all of them, Case.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool hand Luke.
There we go.
Nope. Not getting that.
That is funny, but
It is. But it's not happening. I'm either going to get Laugh It Up Fuzzball, Scruffy Looking Nerve Herder, or was it Life Lessons? Do or do not. There is no try. Because that literally is like one of the most iconic phrases ever.
Anything foolish. Yeah. Also, you have a responsibility, so don't do anything foolish. Literally 2 minutes later.
2 minutes. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. What's going on, buddy? You're being put in a carbon freeze.
What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me.
The Empire will
Take
compensate
you if he dies.
Put him in. Oh, Chewie's about to, lay the smackdown.
See, don't do anything foolish. What did he say to you, Chewie?
Stop. I'm not ready to die. Please, I'm not ready to die. Hey, listen to me. Chewie, this won't help me. Stop it. Save your strength. There'll be another time. The princess. You have to take care of her. Leia hated Chewie from the very beginning. Like, will somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way? Now she's like, I love you now.
I know.
Yeah. How many takes did they film this in? 25 or 50 takes?
I love you.
I love
There's
you.
some
Huh.
inconsistency with the story.
Iconic.
So my wife and I, we haven't done it in a long time, but
Really?
there was a point where we would go to Disneyland
Yes.
fairly regularly.
Mm-hmm.
And when we would go, we would always get a couple's pin.
Yes.
And the first one we got is Han and Leia, and it says, I love you, and him, I know.
Cute.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Now, in 1980, no one knew what was going to happen.
Well, initially, Harrison Ford was like, I'm done with the franchise. Can you kill me off? And they're like, okay, we'll freeze you in the carbonite, and we'll see what we do later.
But yeah, the sense of not really knowing.
That's the thing. Not even the people who made the movie knew what was going to happen.
So they were kind of winging it as they went along.
Being in the theater in 1980.
Hey, Brian, I don't know. I'm making this up as I go.
Exactly. Yeah, they pulled a Raiders during half of this movie.
Yeah. It must have been something for people in the theater to go, wait a minute.
There have been Christmas ornaments, there have been toys, there have been display pieces that have Han and Carbonite, and people put them up in their houses all the time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean,
that thing on the ground.
I mean, it's a great wall decoration according to Jabba.
Yeah, I mean, it's his favorite thing in the whole world, isn't it?
So I've had a great idea for a man cave one day.
Oh, really? So, and you're going to put this in there, right?
I totally would get one of these, but I would make it out of reticular foam so I could turn it into a couch. So I could just sit on Han's face.
Yes,
you can sit on Han's face.
You can sit on Han Solo's own face, Case.
Oh, good night, everyone. No,
He's all yours, bounty hunter. Reset the chamber for Skywalker. Ship approaching X-Wing. Skywalker just landed, my lord. Good. See to it that he finds his way in here. Yes, he's alive and in perfect hibernation. Calrissian, take the princess.
And I want an X-Wing, like an small X-Wing setup, like a cockpit simulator that plays the original PC X-Wing game.
Yes. Yes.
That would be cool.
Or the Star Wars video game that was in arcades.
Are you talking about the Star Wars arcade game?
Yeah, not the one with the lights, but where you would fly the vehicles. Yeah.
No, the one with the joystick. The one with the joystick.
Are you talking the old vector graphics one?
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we
I know the
Chris,
one with
if you
the
ever win the lottery, put all this stuff in your house and then fly Case, myself, and everyone else out to
if I ever won the lottery, Case coming out to America is happening.
Yeah, we're all gonna fly over to your place and we're gonna play the Star Wars video games all night, and then we're gonna watch the movies like the next day.
The music
Wouldn't that
here
be a fun
in
just
Shadows of the
podcast?
Empire.
Just
It
all
would.
this-
I think we should do a 24-hour stream for charity and watch all the movies. Play the games. I think it'd be great. Or play some of the games anyway. Wouldn't that be a great thing for charity? I think we can do
But
that.
you know
Actually,
what?
That would be really cool.
We should do a one life. Try to do a one life run through of Super Star Wars Empire Strikes Back on
Oh
the Super
gosh.
Nintendo.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
That
Jesus.
game is so hard.
Wow.
That and
Thank
Jedi.
goodness for
Jedi's
the
hard
old
too.
passwords.
Can we just sit comfortably in our studios, or if you win the lottery, you fly us all out to your studio. We can just do it and do a live stream for charity.
I don't know
think
much of a studio. I mean,
Yeah, it's a nice studio, but anyway.
But yeah, no, that would be cool.
But yeah, I don't know. Some people have done live streams for charity in the past. I quote channel has never done one before, but I'd be willing to do it just depending on the.
Myself and our friend have done a charity stream once.
No, I'm just saying, like you, me, and whoever's done it before. I would like to talk to you about the logistics of it and figure out how to do it.
By the way, the Imperial officer that was holding on to Leia, I think that was Jeremy Bullock.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yeah, it was him, yeah.
You're right.
Okay, now for my second favorite scene of this movie.
Oh
yeah, here we go.
This is where it all in the words of Kevin Hart, it's about to go down.
Okay, we're coming up on my favorite shot.
Did you hear that Kevin Hart's kid and Eddie Murphy's kid got married?
No.
Yeah, they're in-laws now.
That's crazy.
My favorite shot is coming up.
Yeah, with a young Skywalker.
The lighting
there,
and the
right
set
there.
design on
There
this
it is.
scene is so good.
So intimidating is that scene.
That is one of the most iconic visuals.
That
It's
very
like
yellow
chills.
honeycomb lighting.
Chills all
I love the
over.
Vader's like a
So
super
iconic,
bad
Case.
Look
It's
how willing he
absolutely
is to
brilliant.
pull out the lightsaber. Like,
Yeah.
let's fight.
Vader takes his time too. He's pacing himself.
And
He told-
by the way, back then, pulling out your lightsaber first actually meant that you were going to lose. Later, that didn't matter anymore.
Oh, I did not know
I
that.
like that Vader's only using one hand. I like
Back off.
Yeah, that is a very important detail about all of Vader's fights.
Yeah.
If he fights with two hands, he has issues. If he fights with one hand, like he does now, it's not a contest.
By the way, we should give the shout out to Bob Anderson, the fight choreographer.
Oh,
who
yes.
was wearing the Darth Vader suit during the fight.
Punk.
Well done. Keep him over this.
Lobot! My
Lobot,
man
we love
Lobot!
Lobot.
Keep it quiet. Move.
Oh,
Lobot looks- Lobot looks like
By the
God.
way,
God,
there's
man.
a pretty good comic in Star Wars canon which explains what happened for him to
Oh,
become
yes.
Lobot.
Yeah.
And it's actually a pretty tragic story.
Oh. What are you doing?
Uh,
Trust him.
It's a
Trust
very
him.
good comic.
We understand, don't we, Chew? He had no choice. Just dry it out. It sounds like hen.
It's like, yeah.
Still a chance, so high.
At
The east platform.
Chewy. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 47 seconds into this movie known as The Empire Strikes Back, turning the magical number 45 this year. Do not forget to like and share this. If you're joining us live or on the replay, hello there. If you want to watch this movie along with us, queue it up on physical media or a streaming service. Do so at this time and drop your feelings about it in the comments of the chat down below. We love
I
hearing from you.
appreciate these outside details.
Hey, Robert, here's a question for you. Who would win in a battle? Billy D or Carl Weathers?
Oh man, that's a hard one.
What's the phrase from Carl Weathers' epic movie that we know of? I think it has an anniversary coming up in the next couple of years. Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm going with Carl Weathers, baby. Carl Weathers can knock out Lando.
I
any
need
day
to
of the week.
rewatch.
I mean,
Look,
look, Carl Weathers literally played Dylan and Apollo Creed in the
Apollo
80s.
Creed.
He was huge.
Yeah, the guy was a beast, man. Yeah, I'm going Carl Weathers all day long, man. I love Billy D because Billy D is smooth as velvet,
Billy
and
D.
Carl Weathers could chop him in half. By the way, R.I.P. to the late great Carl
Yes.
Weathers. ladies and
Yes. Yes.
And which in 2 years' time we will be celebrating the iconic 40th anniversary of Predator. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. There you
By the
go.
way,
Even.
already in 2 years, they're gonna be like we're gonna
You know
have
what? Hold on.
Predator, and we're
Reddit,
gonna have Star
you know what would
Wars.
make this scene better?
The Kirk has to
No,
fight Spock
no,
on
no,
Star
no, no,
Trek.
no.
Best friends forced to do battle.
You do
Yeah.
a little cable
And
guy there.
they parodied that in Cable Guy with Jim Carrey. So it was great.
Impressive.
Impressive.
Most impressive.
Most impressive.
Which is what, by the way, that's a great GIF if you're ever using it on your friends or even a meme too.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Most impressive. I say that often.
Oh, you do? Do you say it at work all the time?
Obi-Wan didn't teach
Okay,
him.
Ryan, I have to speak Dutch at work.
Maybe not.
If I speak English, it's a quote that I use.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Well,
Let me see. I got another note here.
That was a little emperor there.
Yeah, never mind. We're good.
Hatred.
I thought I had a note here, but I guess it didn't mean anything. Dude, they are going at it here, and he's still going with one arm against Luke. That is insane.
Vader,
Oh,
Bubby, okay?
and-
Fighting him was a mistake. You need to take him to the opera. You need to feed him a little dinner,
Yes.
okay? Some drinks.
Can we do
I-
that? Is that legal?
Work for him.
Get out of here.
By the way, what's interesting there is that Vader is toying with him so much he gets complacent because he's and it goes back to the quote in Return of the Jedi that I also really love from Luke. Your overconfidence is your weakness. Vader
Yeah.
got a bit too cocky, and that's why he was pushed off the platform.
He was
Yeah,
always
get a little
overconfident.
cocky.
He was always overconfident. That's what
And,
cost him.
and now he's just like, okay, let's end this, and I'm not even going to use my lightsaber that much.
Vader, how'd you find your way down?
I
Yeah, how
love
did
that
he find
Vader
his way?
elevator
How did he
or
find his way down?
something.
Anybody know this?
He was pushed down.
No, you're right. He was pushed down. I'm sorry. Case, you're right. You always got
I wonder if he studied the outline of this area to.
Wrong. And now he's just gonna force push everything against Luke.
I also like the fact that he doesn't even use his hands to pull. He's just like doing that.
Look at this. Look at this. Now he's got
Yeah.
two things flowing out of him.
Mhm.
Food you.
Yeah. Oh, and that's another thing I just realized. What's it called? Spaceballs turns 40 in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got 50 years of OG Star Wars, right, Case? And then we got 40 years of Spaceballs, 40 years of Adventures in Babysitting with Elizabeth freaking Shue.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's coming up soon.
Oh,
in 2
that
years.
cape work. That cape work with
Hey,
the wind.
40 years of
Beautiful.
Back to the Future this year.
And then what is it?
Already at that.
Yeah, we had that. That was fun. 40 years of what was the
Yeah,
other thing
we're
we
gonna-
discussed?
we're
Oh yeah,
gonna do
Predator
that
turns
next one
40 in
next
2
month.
years. Ooh, Leia just
We're
got
gonna
it
do
back.
Back to the Future in July.
Let me give you a hand. Food you.
That's right. That's right. Security code has been changed.
Merchandising.
R2, you can tell the
Hey,
computer override the security system.
3PO, why are you in fishnets?
Fishnet, get out of here.
Fish
Attention,
nets.
this is Lando Calrissian. See, in the original movie, it was like 2 people, but in this one, it's like 100,000 people he's
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
these exterior shots add a bit to it.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
would advise everyone to leave here before
but
more.
R2
material-
goes for a power socket, not a computer terminal.
R2, do you not know
Oops.
the difference between a power socket?
How would I'm just an interpreter.
I'm an
I don't know a
interpreter.
computer socket from a computer
I
terminal.
like that he runs into the wall. I like that.
Oh, by the way, one of the hottest toys in history of Star Wars, right there.
Railroad Hood.
Railroad.
Railroad Hood.
What was the
For
hottest
some
toy in
bloody
Star Wars?
reason, that guy running around with this
Railroad.
thing is one of the biggest toys in the history of Star Wars.
Which one?
The guy running with the ice cream
He
maker.
just ran.
Oh,
across-
jeez.
Yeah, I know. He appears for like 2 seconds in this movie, but
By the way, at every Star Wars celebration, they have me running on the railroad hoods.
there will be someone. Yeah.
Just
Or a
open the
bunch of
door, you
people dressed as
stupid
him go
lump.
running down the halls.
Oh, now he's finally got the gate open.
I never doubted you for
Oh,
a
the
second.
music there. Oh my
Wonderful.
goodness.
R2 and 3PO are a married
Great
couple.
exterior shot.
Yeah, I think so.
A little bit of
Just open that door, you stupid lump. I never doubted you for a second. What?
wonderful.
Like,
I love the music. Oh my goodness.
yeah, that's a great
What is it?
score.
Escape from Bespin? Yeah. Ow, that hurts. Bend down, you thoughtless. Ow.
You know what? That's a good question. How did they do that? I actually genuinely curious how they did that because it's Anthony Daniels. He's in the suit and talking. I'm wondering what they did because that's interesting.
I thought that hairy beast would be the death of me. Oh, of course I've looked better. Of course I've looked better. Dun. Flies
There
on.
you have it. And this is where Vader is like, okay, I've toyed with you way too much.
Yeah, I've been playing with one hand. Now I'm going to use both my hands when I'm going to strike at you with my saber. Isn't that right, Kate?
Used for? What is this structure that they're in?
It's a good question.
That is do they call it a citadel? No.
I believe they use it to hide some of their most important secrets, like Lando Calrissian's browsing history.
Maybe it's Fort Knox, right? Like in Die Hard 3, it's Fort Knox.
Like in Goldfinger.
Goldfinger, come on, Ryan.
Yeah, I know Goldfinger. He tries to without Fort Knox. I know.
Watch this. This is where Vader gets really.
It is useless to resist. Don't let yourself destroy as Obi-Wan did. Luke's like, hell no.
This is where Vader like loses it.
This is where he really gets pissed.
Yeah, he's like, man.
Ooh, got me there, son.
There you go.
Dun.
Need a hand.
There's no escape. Don't make me destroy you.
Such great monologues by James Earl Jones, man. So we miss you, James Earl Jones. R.I.P., man.
We do.
The episode with James Earl Jones on The Big Bang Theory.
I like Star Wars too.
That whole we're gonna go to my favorite place, Tijuana.
Quit doing it, James. It's not funny anymore.
To the galaxy. I'll never join you.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough.
I mean, this must have been such a shock.
He told me you killed him.
In the theater in 1980, this must have been.
He killed your father.
No.
I think I was like the original ending. I don't know.
That's impossible.
That's impossible.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
You know it to be true. No!
I wish they had video footage of people's reaction to this in 1980. That would have been nice.
I still like how some parents will show their kids Empire for the first time.
All right, we talked about this in the podcast here. This is really interesting. He's willing to destroy the Emperor. He's offering the same thing he offered to Padme.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
Same thing. Join me, and we'll rule
the galaxy. We can overthrow the Emperor. Yeah.
It is the only way.
So Vader sees Luke fall down.
Okay, hold on, Vader.
That's a good idea. I'm going to do that.
Why does he just not force?
Chris, I think this once again goes back to what I was saying earlier. The Force was not as developed.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I
because,
think
yes,
kind of
in Rebels and Clone Wars, we see that all the time. But back then, this was the second movie that hadn't thought of it.
It could be that he's also like emotionally drained from.
Oh, very
having that moment.
So to do so. Blah, 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 blah.
Now, my question is, how the hell did Maz Kanata get Luke's lightsaber?
There's got to be a book or a comic that explains
there
that.
There has to be something.
It's in the comics. They explain it in the comics.
Can we get that in the comics, maybe?
I have my own headcanon theory. What if Maz Kanata was working at Cloud City at the time? Was there? I came across.
Okay, but Chris, Maz has owned the watering hole for 1,000 years. She's been there forever.
Yeah, but maybe she goes off and does other jobs. Like Guinan. Guinan's a bartender, but Guinan can play tennis. Guinan goes off on away mission for a while. I mean,
please.
Wait, there's an interesting fight. Who wins, Maz Kanata or Guinan?
Guinan all the way.
Okay, Chris. They both win because they're just like, let's have a drink at the bar.
Leia,
What is it? Wait, what is it? It's green.
Miss Lippy's car
Oh
is
yes,
green.
that one. Yes.
Billy likes to drink soda. All right. Remember that, Chris.
Oh, and this is the line change that I hate the most out of this movie. This is terrible.
Look, whatever you do, just don't get a milkshake because I drink your milkshake.
But in the original cut of the movie, he says very angrily, "Bring my shuttle," because he's so pissed off that he missed Luke. And in this one, he has a very calm, composed.
I'll get under him.
And
Lando, open the top hatch.
The entire point of this movie is that Vader is pissed. Why is he not pissed in that moment?
I'm surprised he didn't still detect him.
Where is?
Oh, he can sense his presence, but detecting is too specific. That's also what we see in the previous movie with Obi-Wan. Like a sense of presence.
But again, are we saying he just did the Force not develop yet?
No, but I think it's in line with the previous movie. Like you can't, and actually, I don't think in any of the Star Wars movies a person has been detected by the Force. It's like you sense a presence close, but you don't really feel exactly where it is. That's not how the Force works.
Oh, I almost forgot about this. Okay.
The lighting of the clouds. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Why aren't you bringing him to the med bay?
Well, good question.
Is there a med bay on the Falcon?
There's got to be like a med bed at least.
Oh, that's the thing. Leia is bringing him to bed. This is extended.
This actually fits.
All right. This, I want the Imperial shuttle. I have never got one. There have been like 4 of them made. I never.
You're talking about Lego, right?
Yeah. I think there's been like 4 of them.
I think it's about time to get another UCS Imperial shuttle.
Oh, I'd buy that.
By the way, second kiss of the movie.
Well, that's a light kiss.
See what I mean? Like that's why I said med bay. Like he's hooked up stuff.
And big one. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
I love the design of the Superstar Destroyer. I love it.
Oh yeah. By the way, the people who sabotage the hyperdrive here, this is explained in the book Lost Stars.
Yes, that's right. Yes. I told me they fixed it.
It's not my fault. By the way, men and women. Again, Lost Stars, it's canon.
By the way, when you play Shadows of the Empire, the stun gun is the worthless, most useless weapon in the entire game. Never use it.
God.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes, I would agree.
City's computer told you. Archie, you know better than trusting a strange computer.
Hey, R2 has needs too, you know.
They told me they fixed it. It's not my fault. So Han pulls it first, and then Lando says it again.
I like
Luke.
this.
Faja.
Luke.
Son.
Luke, is that your name? I'm not really sure because they never really told me. I just knew I had a son. Like I got paperwork that I owed child support.
Yeah.
What the heck is an aluminum Falcon?
Also, the one in Family Guy. Luke? Yeah.
Luke.
Actually,
Luke
what needs to happen
Skywalker.
is like a robot chicken. Luke needs to be on one side of like it's like a paternity court, and Vader's on the other, and it's the judge. You are the father.
That's a Maury right there.
A little Maury moment.
You are the father.
Don't you dare knock down that ship. I will throw you out the window.
Hey, look at there's a T-shirt on page 2 that says Cloud City Miners.
Come here.
Oh, sure. They must be like 4 years
Come
old.
here.
Miners, not miners.
Here.
Right, Case?
Minus,
I'm
not
here.
minus.
Mine is not
I'm
mine.
a little
here.
distracted by Chris's cat almost knocking over his Legos.
I'm
There's
here.
a cat. What?
His
What is
cat
it?
is right there.
Oh, I see the cat. Where's the cat? I can't see it now.
And
The
He's,
yet
cat's
again,
he's
dragging.
right
what
off
you
the
saved
edge.
today.
Aw.
I showed you the broken ship from Harry Potter,
Oh, okay.
and she was getting on. I went, no.
I went, no. No.
And then with the, it's like, I'm dead.
Someone's gonna
Hey, look at this.
die.
Echo Base Ski Patrol. That's a good one.
Vader's
Cute.
thinking, should I kill him? Nah, I got my
And don't feel like
anyway.
it.
I've done too much killing in this movie.
I'm going down
already.
to the cafeteria.
Also, this guy right here is completely oblivious to what's happening.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like,
huh?
Guys, like, what's his problem? Oh, by the
he's
way,
right. If I just look down, don't make eye contact, don't make eye contact.
Chris, there's one that says Hoth Apparel, keeping you lukewarm since 1980.
Yeah!
Let's go, guys.
In a world of bad Star Wars puns.
There are so many great puns on tpublic.com. Hashtag not sponsor of this show. Yeah, next time they have a sale, I'm definitely going to get like at least 1 or 2 Empire shirts. Luke, we're ready for takeoff. Hey, he's wearing the same outfit that Han wore.
Clothes, Lando is wearing Han's clothes.
Yes,
in
he
this
is.
scene.
When we find that Jabba the Hutt, that bounty hunter, I'll contact you. I'll meet you at the rendezvous point on Tatooine.
Tatooine.
Princess,
That's the way he says it.
we'll find Han. I promise. Chewie, I'll be waiting for your signal. Take care, you two.
He
May the
says
Force be with you.
Tatooine, which is interesting.
All right, gentlemen.
Look at that Carrie Fisher smile. Look at that smile.
Oh my
Say
god.
hi.
Yes.
Oh, hey, there's the cat. What's the cat's name? I can't
Her
see.
name is Minerva, like McGonagall.
Minerva, yes.
Aw.
Harry Potter.
Look at that cat.
She wants out. Well, she naps in here. She'll hide in the closet.
Oh, she'll hide in the closet?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But then when she gets down, she wants to get on the Lego table. And I'm like, no,
You can't touch Legos.
don't hiss at me. I'll put you
There
down.
we go.
There's Minerva again. See, she's crying crawling all over you.
Also, a beautiful shot.
Music. Oh my
You
word.
hissed at me.
Even though it's fake,
Hey,
it's a great shot. It's a great shot.
what are you doing?
Na, 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 na. Come on, Case, hum it.
Wait, no, wait. Here comes my favorite part. Here we go. Come on. Let's get
I
to
love, I
the
love that there's no dialogue in this scene.
because it's a tragic, like it's tragic.
Yeah, it is.
Sad ending, really.
I love the Luke and Leia theme.
But at least Luke got his hand back.
Let me
sort of.
tell you, you love this. But I love this.
Here we go.
Irvin Kirshner, ladies and gentlemen, directed this movie. In case anyone's
Irvin
wondering.
Kirshner, yes.
All right.
Ladies and
And that's
gentlemen,
a good thing.
yeah.
George Lucas was the
Yeah.
least involved with this movie, and it's the best movie.
Well, actually,
Coincidence?
he was very involved with the screenplay
Well, that's very true.
and the post-production, but not the actual directing.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached what is known as the iconic end credits sequence / theme song, I would say,
Indeed.
right? Right? Is that right? Composed by the one and only John Williams of The Empire Strikes Back. I can't believe it's been 45 years since this film has come out. That is insane. Almost as insane as in a couple of weeks we're going to be sitting here talking about the great white shark that has staked a claim off Amity Island turning 50, which is even more insane. But outside of that, Case, what are your final thoughts on this movie? And on a scale of 1 to 10, since you're the president and CEO of the Empire Strikes Back fan club, what are you giving this?
It's a 10. It's perfect. This is the most perfect movie that I can think of. It has everything that I want. It's such a joy every time I watch it. Pretty much every single scene has a purpose. The characters are amazing. The score is amazing. What can I say that hasn't been said about The Empire Strikes Back? It's so good. Let's go. I will say we were a little bit distracted at times, and that's also because we have a big panel of people. But yeah, if I just sit down on a rainy day and I don't feel too well, and I put on this movie, it just puts a smile on my face because it's so good, and it's my favorite movie. So yeah, there's that.
Fabulous. Fantastic. Yeah, plushies. Brennan, what are your final thoughts on The Empire Strikes Back? And on a scale of 1 to 10, which is how we grade our movies around here, at least on this side of the fence. What are your thoughts on Empire Strikes Back?
this is easily a 10 out of 10. Easily. This is my favorite Star Wars film. And almost my favorite film of all time. Almost. It just is extraordinary in so many ways, and particularly, I think, in how it expands the idea of the Force and the philosophy of it, the theology of it. And I like that it's a kind of it's a film with deeper and darker elements and doesn't really resolve on a high note. And I think that it's become the sequel that almost all sequels are judged by nowadays.
Yep.
I think it's just extraordinary, and I never get tired of watching it.
Right on, man. Right on. Thank you for sharing that with us. What about you, Chris, who's got all the plushies and the cats meow? Just out of curiosity, because curiosity may have killed some of those cats. Not yours, of course, and not mine, because I don't own a cat. What do I know? But if just out of curiosity, final thoughts on this movie, scale 1 to 10. What are you going to give specifically The Empire Strikes Back and the fact that you own way too many plushies, way too many Lego sets, and you got a wonderful cat who seems to keep crawling all over the room?
Well, first of all, I find your lack of puns disturbing. Anyway, it was awful. Anyway, no, I love this film. This really is and Brennan said it. This is what all sequels are kind of judged on. This is up there with Godfather 2. This is a masterpiece in how you expand your universe and expand your story. And I really enjoy the fact that this is very much like a Shakespearean tragedy. There is no joy here. There is hope, but there is no joy by the end of this film. You know, everybody's taking a beating. Everyone's taking a licking. And I really like that it seems down for the count, but they're going to figure out a way. They don't know what to do. And it's just built so well. And that score in the end, it's not hopeful. It's not downtrodden. It's in this middle that we don't know. There's confusion and fear and so many things. And fear, what got Luke in trouble in the first place? Fear, because fear is the path to the dark side. Sorry to bring that all together. But anyway, this is a fabulous film. I have to rate this a 10. There is nothing wrong with this film. I can't find anything really wrong with this film. I could nitpick it like I did the Back to the Future trilogy, but I'm not going to do that. It's not. Did I? I didn't once.
I was going to say, Case and I don't have that kind of time.
No, you do not. But I love it. I love this film. It is my favorite of all of them.
All of them. Wow.
All of them, period.
All right. Hey, man. Fair enough. There's
12,
13, 15, however many there are. But no, I get it. I completely get it. So, and thank you for sharing that with us, by the way, Chris. And thank you for sharing with us your insane plushie collection of Legos and plushies and cats and dogs living together with mass hysteria. Anyway, that's a story and a song for another time.
We don't review that again until 20.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
We already did the 40th last year, so you're a little bit out of luck there. So for me, I really like this movie. It's great. It's got great life lessons, I would say, because there's a T-shirt that says that on TeePublic. # not a sponsor. Great life lessons here. Every scene with Yoda is pure gold, I think, in my opinion. I think the Battle of Hoth Case is one of the best battle sequences in the history of filmmaking, period.
Oh,
yeah, period. I'm going to say it again. One of the best, if not the best. I love this movie. I really do. Watching it with a group of friends, such as these fine people here, has made me, I think I've come to appreciate this film a little bit more so now. So I'm going to go back. I need to watch it with, me time and watch it over again and go over some things. But outside of that, this is a great movie. I mean, there's not a wasted piece of film here. Everything moves, everything clicks, right? It just goes. The pacing's great. The new characters that are thrown into the mix are fantastic. They have their own little, smooth or life lessonness to these proceedings, as one might say. Am I right, folks? But yeah, overall, I gotta watch it again because, like I said, once I do it, my own time and my own dime, I'm gonna maybe have some other thoughts about this. I'm gonna text my friends here. But overall, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I really like this film. If you haven't seen it before, check it out. If you haven't seen it in a while, I think you should go back and revisit it. You may learn something. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just gonna throw that out there. That's all I'm gonna say. And if you want some really, really ridiculously epic conversations about other films moving forward, you got to check out our channel here. But before I get to that, Case, if someone wants to know more about you and the great things you're doing over there, where can they follow you, Case?
Well, I always struggle. There we go. The Dutch Star Wars guy on YouTube, where I have my own YouTube channel. I am currently working on that over there, which is a Lego mock of Star Destroyer above Jeddah City. My first video is not out yet, so this is kind of a spoiler for that. But my video, I'm editing that. It will probably be up tomorrow or something. Look out for that. And yeah, that's going to be a series where I build Jeddah City in Lego. And I think that's going to be really cool. So that's what's coming up next. I also just reviewed all of Andor. And in the meantime, I am also playing the 20-year-old game Star Wars Battlefront 2, which, yeah, that came out 20 years ago in 2005. I'm not talking about, the one that came out in 2017, which is not nearly as good as the 2005 one. I'm talking about the classic OG Battlefront 2, which is a beautiful game on my PC, not the PlayStation 2. But yeah, my first stream is up. I'm probably going to do another one this Sunday, so look out for that. So yeah, exciting times as a Star Wars fan, and this was great. Thank you for having me.
More than happy to, good sir. Thanks for being with us. Brennan, if someone wants to know more about you and check out some of the things you got going on over there, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Blue Sky at Brenmarr, BRENNMARR. .bluesky.social. And you can follow me on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube at Page Turners They Were Not.
Fantastic. Thank you for being with us, kind sir. Chris, someone wants to know more about you. Where can they follow you on social media?
Me personally, you can follow me on Twitch and Twitter at CIngle1984. On Twitch, actually, this summer, I am going to be taking on the challenge of playing the first 7 Final Fantasy games and try and get through them all to completion. It will be a tough challenge, but really looking forward to that. But you can also find me with Brennan on Page Turners They Were Not, specifically the Random Trek podcast, where this guy, Ryan, joined us for our review of Empire Strikes Back. We reviewed it for movie night on the ship. And Brendan and I, in the near future soon, will also be starting a new podcast about Babylon 5. I did mention Babylon, so a lot of great sci-fi stuff and just nerddom coming down the pipeline.
Well, if you feel like flying 3,500 miles, to the other side of the country known as the East Coast, we have a thing called RetroCon coming up in September 7th through the 8th in Oaks, Pennsylvania. Bruce Boxleitner is going to be there. So just throwing that out there,
He was the way better commander.
Yeah, if you want to fly over and hang out with Bruce Boxleitner and talk some Babylon with him, that'd be nice. Stay tuned for that. More coming. But thank you, sir, for being here. Appreciate you. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you, sir. My name is Ryan of Anti-Quote Channel. Follow me across all forms of social media simply at Anti-Quote Channel. Is where you can check out all our past videos, our playlists. Everything is organized there by fandom or discussion topic that you may be interested in. We talk about movies, TV series, comic books, words on a page. We've interviewed a lot of indie authors, indie publishers over the years. And we got more coming. And also for this summer, for the month of June, we have our next series of watch-alongs. Once again, they're going to be held on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Fridays of every month at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We have Batman Forever, Batman Begins, and Jaws. Yeah, I would say the summer is going to heat up around here at Anti-Quote Channel Studios, folks. That's all I can tell you. And then we're also going to be ranking some of our favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movies on Friday, June the 6th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So you may want to tune in for that if you're an MCU, Marvel Comics, Marvel movie, or just superhero comic book movie fan in general. You may want to check it out. Just saying. But other than that, thank you specifically for being here. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell to be notified when the videos go up or they go live. And happy 45th anniversary to the entire cast and crew of The Empire Strikes Back. May the Force be with you.
The The Force is what gives the Jedi his power. It surrounds us. It binds the galaxy together.
You will be tempted by the dark side.
You are the chosen one! You must confront Vader.
That boy is our last hope.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
There is no escape.